Hello, and welcome to Session 4 of the Crossmeet campaign, 5e D&D. Previously in Kulthania, Silas, the wizard, met an abrupt and unexpected end. The other characters took him to the Crossmeet graveyard, where he was turned over to Kerr, the sexton, and he will presumably be interred someday in the near future. It is currently the 13th of leaf fall. Yesterday, the previous day, the party went to speak to Ivan, the guard captain of Crossmeet, and to see if he had any work for them. And Ivan seemed rather preoccupied with a note he received, and he told them he would try and speak to them tomorrow, that being this day we're about to have. The party went to a house that was the mother of one of the serving women at the Three, Gwen, and it was at this house that some animated furniture came to life and took Silas's life. The party eventually got out of there, and as I said, took Silas to the graveyard. So the characters are at the Three. We'll say it's next morning, and the three of you are at the Three, and we'll begin right there. So, if we're let's start with Balmera. Maybe you could tell us what you're doing. The three of you are sharing a room, by the way. You've been given one room. It has 4 beds in it, but there's only the 3 of you in there. And Faye gave you that at no charge for your recent loss. So, Balmera, we're going to start with you. You're in that room, and it's morning of the 13th. Go ahead.
The night before, after they turned over Silas' body to Sexton, or the Sexton, she had been writing a letter to Silas' colleague that was mentioned in his notes, telling about he came to Crossmeet and he had an unfortunate accident which took his life. And maybe this gentleman would be so kind to provide any information about Silas's next of kin, so she can let them know what happened to their son or brother or sibling, I guess it's called.
Describe your character a little bit for us, and what she looks like, and what she's doing after this letter.
Well, when you first see her, she looks like a very butch human woman. But when you look closer, you can see she's a dwarf. But what fools you is that she has shaven off her beard, and she's not that tall. But then some human females are not that tall. She could be pretty if you like your woman with a little more muscle than usual. She's usually just wearing normal clothes. She has been seen with a rapier on occasion, but she's not carrying it around unless they, like when they were going to the house, they expected trouble. That's the only time she had carried it around. Otherwise, she's just wearing blue and white pants and a matching shirt and a leather jacket to go with it. She has red hair.
Of the 3 of you, who do you think would be the first to wake up?
Well, Tolroon's used to waking up very early, and his recent work at the Temple of Joaquin means that habit has not yet been broken.
Okay, so let's go to you next. You are about 8 feet away in another bed.
Alright, so you want a description and what I'm doing? Alright. Torun is a 6-foot tall human wearing remnants of some formal wear that has been altered to allow for greater movement. He's carrying. He usually carries around chained up some punching daggers, which have been corroded slightly due to a recent adventure. He wakes up and sits up at the bed. He's feeling a little bit. He's feeling a little bit sad that Silas has died, but mostly he feels guilty that he's not more upset, having only known him a little while. And I glance over at where Jordad is sleeping, and I'm reminded of how he usually speaks of not needing to feel these things.
Okay, and Jodad is also in the room.
Yes, he is. So Jawdat is a 6.5, almost 7 foot tall half orc with a sort of olive complexion. He wears these sort of flowing clothes that we have seen come off in one or two pieces of long, winding fabric. Very Arabic looking in his dress, not so much Arabic in his accent. But he is lying in the bed perhaps a bit longer than what is normal for him, listening to the sounds of this little tavern and come to life downstairs, and some of the rooms, maybe even like a few arguments that are happening in these rooms that are, well, you can hear through the walls. And he has his hands crossed on his rather bulging stomach, as he is a bit overweight. Normally a very jovial and drinking fellow. We have not yet seen that side of Jawdat because there's been nothing to be jovial or drink about yet. But he's there and just sort of thinking about what has transpired and whether or not the chairs and bookcases and tables exacted some sort of worldly revenge on Silas for his murdering of that fish lady. You know, the separation of that love, if it was a true love, and maybe that was the way the world righted itself, or maybe it was just some batshit crazy furniture that killed him. God, it's not real sure where he comes from. They may have flying carpets, but they don't have walking and talking or walking and killing tables. So he just, sitting there, twiddling his thumbs and thinking to himself.
Okay, so after a time, you make your way downstairs to the main room in the 3. Gwen currently isn't working. Faye is working. And also you see occasionally Ron, who is the stable boy really. He's only about 17, and also sometimes doubles as a staff member. So you're sitting down to the table, and Faye comes over, and she gives you sort of a thin smile. She's normally more jovial, but she knows from Gwen what happened last night, and so she just says, well, dears, I hope you slept well last night after what happened, and I'm going to give you some free breakfast on the house. It's not something we normally do understand, but well, you tried to help Gwen, and I want to show my gratitude for that. But you don't have to tell anyone that I've done this. You can just keep that between us, okay?
You are most kind. I hope to someday return the favor to you in the future.
Oh, well, do you cook?
I bake? Kind of the
She
same,
smiles.
right?
Okay. Well, I will fetch you something to eat then. And she walks off.
I
She
smile
stops at a
with
couple other
pleasure.
tables before she gets back to the kitchen. So maybe 10 minutes goes by. Do you guys discuss what happened last night, or just sort of have talked it out, or stony silence?
Uh, John has been very, very quiet. Perhaps every once in a while, when a chair gets like backed across the floor, he turns and looks at it. Not really suspect, but still, it's um. So is I've been thinking. Is there is still a table and chair in Lady's attic that is
Agreed.
alive?
And this time we know what we are dealing with.
Yes. Perhaps we could borrow a couple of axes and
I suppose that is a reasonable course of action.
but also something troubling. Yes. Uh, is Silas? Yes. He mentioned that perhaps the bringing of life to the bookcase is not a small magic feat. But lady said husband is only a dabbler. Well, is, yeah. But how come furniture come to life?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a wizard. I can only guess. Perhaps it's not that it's hard to do, but it's hard to do on command. Perhaps something went awry. Perhaps some experiment exploded and magic went everywhere and animated everything to life. I don't know how it works.
Right, right. You are not wizard. I'm not wizard, and she's a dwarf. So
You hear the chair at your table kind of screech back, and it kind of pivots, and a figure sits down. He says, "Well then, perhaps you're in the market for a wizard then."
is
That
I lean in to Torun. Is you buy wizards? In this
I look up for
uh,
my letter that I've been writing. How much is a wizard nowadays?
Well, some of us go for cheap. Some of us go for fun. It all depends on what you're willing to pay.
Well, if you're willing to work for fun, you're hired.
I
Um,
might be willing to. In the interest of a perfect honesty, I'm not here by accident. I've been asking around, looking for those seeking adventure. And I understand that until recently, 4 of you, now slightly diminished, are such individuals. You're quickly making names for yourselves, at least in the corners of this fine little town.
Yes. Oh, adventurers maybe. Furniture slayers is still something we're working on.
Yes, I couldn't help but overhear. He snaps his fingers to the person at the bar. So I couldn't help but overhear. Dreadful business that. But your former friend did have a point, if I understand correctly, that these are certainly not the workings of a a minor dabbler in the arts. Either he dug into something perhaps that's too big for him, or there's something else at work here. But either way, I think having an extra pair of arcane hands at your disposal might not go astray. What does the job pay?
This
Is a good question. I believe it was a dozen muffins and a pie. But hey, have to start somewhere, right?
Well, indeed, I suppose I have to be prepared to start at the bottom and work my way up. I'm not afraid of a little hard work, of course, but yeah, I suppose it'll do in a pinch. How many of these nasty things are up there?
what was it, like a table, a chair, and something else?
Is one table on tabletop, is legs in air, is one chair on leg of table, and is a case of books on back.
Did anyone try to burn them?
Hang on. Alex, is
no.
it a guy or girl?
A guy.
Okay.
Well, small problem with burning furniture inside house is, fact, it's inside house.
Ah, sorry, I hadn't fully divined your attitude toward the clients. Well, then I imagine we must find another way.
Yeah, well,
Right, nailing the door shut.
hang on. I was saying you want to go back to the killing room.
Well, it is task that was asked of us, and is something that is not done.
Yes, I cannot go back on my word.
And your friend here is absolutely right. There's already whispers going around of a failed adventure here, and that's gonna haunt you.
Is much
Already
better.
talking?
Yes. Is much better for business to always complete to best of ability all assigned tasks. Yes.
But maybe next time someone else should do the negotiation then, because getting one of us killed for a piece of pie and a blueberry muffin is...
Well,
In fairness, was dozen muffins and whole pie, and now is 4 muffins. Well, with Fern here, I guess is 3 again. But for moment, it was much more profitable for 3 than 4.
Well, that's true, but
Indeed.
I mean, we can buy muffins if she paid us in
look.
silver.
You're looking at this all wrong.
Right, but why
The
buy
point- the
muffins
po-
if she's giving us muffins?
I
This
don't
makes no
care about the
sense.
muffins. I care about our reputation. Apparently everyone's talking to us like we're failures.
Jodat slams his fist on the table. But you must care about muffins!
Of course, we care about the muffins,
You're
but
a baker. How can you not?
He can make
Don't hold that over my head.
look, when I was an apprentice cooper, what we would often do is do the first job for free. Now it sounds like a bad business, but once you've shown them what you can do, then they're willing to come back to you. So if you're doing little jobs like this and you're getting pies and chickens and the occasional friendly service, if you know what I'm saying. It doesn't matter because you're building a reputation, which is really what you're going after here.
I understand the first for free. And relax, children. We are gonna go and you can get some furniture slain.
Now, is after we go kill furniture, is time to go talk to
Ivan.
Yes, Ivan.
Oh, no. You don't want to talk to that slider. He's a miserable cunt. What we want to do is, I have a connection here in town. I've been nursing it for a little while, building it up, and I think I can get us some really profitable work.
Oh, well, is profitable is good, but last time we have Wizard, say he have connection, turns out to be asshole alchemist and also wizard is dead. So perhaps you rethink what your statement is.
Well, if you're going to lump all wizards together, then perhaps we should lump all half-orcs together. See how that works?
Whoa,
Not very
whoa.
pleasant, is it?
That is
okay.
not the same thing.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I have been called worse by better.
Look, I'm not putting you down for being a half-orc. It's no mind to me either way. I grew up knowing quite a number of them. Nothing against you. I'm simply pointing out that casting aspersions at me from our wizardhood is completely unfair.
Oh no! Not is disparaging being wizard. He is more saying town is full of people who are also full of crap.
Ah, exactly. So where do you go when you're in a full of crap? Right to the bottom. I happen to know the little grub that sits at the bottom of this particular crap pile, and he knows where all the juicy treasures hid.
Well,
I probably shouldn't have used that analogy during breakfast, but sorry.
well, we can
Indeed pushes his plate away.
I reach over and start taking like food off of Torun's plate.
maybe after we've done the furniture slaying, we can discuss cleaning out the tree.
Excellent.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Where are my manners? My name is Grim, and he puts out his hand. He stands up and John, this is the first time you've seen him kind of stand up, and he's actually pretty close to your height. He's human, and a little bit gangly, but not terribly so. But he just kind of puts his hand out in the middle of the table for anyone who'll shake it.
Torun also stands up, not to be outdone in height.
You mean Jonette?
That's what I meant. No, Torun stands up.
Yeah.
Stand up,
See,
Torun,
what does
now!
my character do next? I need to know.
Right. Yeah, so Jonette stands up and sticks out his hand and clasps yours, and I guess it's true. When in lots of crap, things grow tall. And he kind of smiles this big, toothy, tusky grin.
I smile back, exactly. And you say I take a drink from a short glass with an amber liquid in it that has a very strong smell of alcohol to it.
Well, it's after 8.
Yeah.
In the morning.
Bernard knows she's beat on the height issue, so she won't even bother getting up. So
I already know your names. Obviously, I've been researching you, hearing the words whispered around town.
Wow, I was subject of someone's research.
It's not as bad as it sounds.
Yeah, it's only been a day or so, but yeah.
Well, is breakfast, then kindling, and then I guess to this crap grub.
Crap grubs.
All right, so we're going to need some extra rope. Do any of you have any?
No.
Oh no.
Well,
I might. Silas had some rope, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Our late colleague had some rope.
Excellent. Did he have anything else? I asked merely as a wizard who, looks for wizardy things when he can find them, and I'm presuming none of you are wizards, so if he has any wizardy things, I'd be happy to look at them for you.
Well, actually, I'm a bit of a wizard myself. And yes, he had some extra things.
Jonette looks at you like, huh?
This is the second time she said that she's a wizard. Maybe she is.
But he's dwarf. He's
Can dwarves not be wizards?
is my understanding. My grandfather tells me dwarves cannot be wizard.
It's uncommon, admittedly, but I've known some dwarven wizards. Their magic tends to be very earthy, as you might imagine. Underground folk, most of them. So yeah.
Hey, seriously, what would all the racism? Yeah. I mean, come, earthly magic, and we cannot be wizard.
Well,
Yes, I might have some issues with actually casting spells, but that does not make me not a wizard.
wait.
Wait, is exactly what makes you not wizard?
No, I'm just a slightly handicapped wizard.
Well, we can certainly talk shop about that later. But in the
You are a
meantime,
slightly handicapped tall person, but not slightly handicapped wizard.
I am. I will learn the spells in due time.
yeah, I have
And
no
now,
doubt.
now that I actually possess a grimoire, I might actually find out some spells.
I lean over towards Tolrune. I think is because she play with his wand. She thinks she wizard.
That's all it takes sometimes.
She made the magic happen.
In which case, I do not want to see her magic.
You're a wizard.
A little bit of Silas in her right now. All right. So,
As Grim said, it's a little bit of earth and a little bit of blood. That's dwarven wit.
Well, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, folks. We'll be here all week. All right. So, he downs at the last of his drink, and it's, he's already sort of standing and says, "Well then, are we off then?"
Yes, about time.
Hey, Rob. Game World question: Are juices expensive in this area?
Juices, like
apple
the
juice.
The 3 is known for its cider, which is more like an apple juice than like a hard cider.
But what about like citrusy type juices? Are they pretty uncommon?
Citrusy would be more common down where you are, closer to
Right.
halfway between where you are. Up here, probably more like apples, pears, things like that.
Okay. Just curious.
Wouldn't be unheard of, but
I forget. I don't know if I asked. What time of year is it?
it is
leaf fall?
the 10th of leaf, 13th of leaf fall. So that's the 10th month.
I was gonna say Octoberish.
So yeah. So
Yeah.
so there should be a lot of vegetables
fall.
around at this point.
Yep, yeah, it's cool.
We'll need a jack-o'-lantern.
And
too.
we are in like a deciduous type area, yes.
Yeah, there's lots and lots of evergreens and stuff like that. Fir trees, pine trees, spruce trees. Towards
So
the north.
The opposite of deciduous.
Yeah. So plenty. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Conifer. So
Yeah.
So plenty of vitamin C.
Year-round trees. Sorry.
Gotcha. Well, is breakfast is good, but is problem if we want breakfast tomorrow is not have money.
No.
Well, I was led to believe there were muffins and pies at stake here.
Yes.
Well, that'll service us for dinner and breakfast.
But so far they had, something bad happened, and we got free lodging and we got free food. So why not keep on sailing that gravy train?
Because eventually we will run out of wizards.
Hey!
Reputation can only take such a beating.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Yes, it is most fortuitous that this man here happened to run into us right after our wizard went away.
Okay,
but
I'm not
going
talking
to put to bet on that happening again.
Seriously, you two, and I point to Jada and so we need to. Seriously, you need to work on your people skills. We
I
can
am only
pretend.
kidding.
My people skills are excellent.
Yes, he punches pigs very well. I am is just joke, but come with us, our friend. Friend, yes, come with us. We take you to a house where is furniture.
Yes, Grimly. Come,
Excellent.
tell me. Do you use fire spells?
I have some. I try to extend myself into all elements. Though I do have some fire, yes.
Okay, that's some of the ones I like to learn.
We cannot burn down house.
I said I wouldn't burn down the house. You gotta trust me on this.
Okay, I will give you the benefit of the doubt and assume that you were not going to try burn down the house.
Look, it's as I said, it's all about reputation, and burning down your client's house is definitely not good for business.
Right. Cut. Next scene. We stand outside a burning house.
Well, that didn't go as planned.
Well, you see what the problem was there.
And they were all just like Ray of Frost, yeah.
You didn't tell me he was an avid collector of various oils from around the country.
Why should you not tell us Muffin's also alive?
Okay,
Right.
so I guess we start heading to the house, and
Okay,
I'm assuming it's not on fire.
so you head to Anna's house, which is also where her daughter Gwen lives.
Right.
When you stop outside the house, you can hear from inside like thumping and faint pounding, like.
Either the furniture or she has a friend over.
Okay. Before I go in, Rob, is there like a wood chopping station outside the house?
Not out front where it meets the road, but out back there, you might be able to find a block of tree that's been turned.
I look to the others. Hang on. I'll see if they have an axe out back.
As Belmar goes out back, I look at her and go, what is it? She's a dwarf with no axe. This makes no sense.
You don't see one in the backyard of this house, but in the backyard of the neighbor's house, there is one.
Okay, I'll borrow that.
All right, so you walk over and you help yourself to an axe that doesn't belong to you, yes?
Is the neighbor standing in the yard?
No.
Okay.
No one comes to immediately arrest you.
Okay.
Because it is, I kill him.
I'm not approvingly. Not that I know it's stolen, but just that he got an axe, or she got an axe. Well, he or she. I'm not good with dwarves.
Okay.
It's not a fighting axe, but it's a wood chopping axe.
Well, it's good for fighting furniture.
It's good for fighting wood.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. So.
That's right. It's wood for fighting good.
And
So
I was going to knock on the door, but then I realized that she doesn't know me, so I sort of waved to Jawdad.
I smile and walk up to the door and dunk, 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 dunk.
Okay, so Gwen answers. She's a little bit teary-eyed, a bit of dark circles under her eyes. She says, "Oh, come in." You can hear now that the thumping is definitely coming from upstairs, the room that you left behind, and boom, 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 boom. It's really kind of pounding on the floor. She said, "Neither I nor my mother got much sleep last night. Please sit. I'll get you some tea."
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
No time for tea.
We're here to work.
Oh, excuse me. She looked right at you.
this is Grimly. He is our new wizard.
Just Grim. I kind of glance at Belmira. Just Grim. We've come to finish the job.
Oh, okay. Anna comes into the room. She was in the living room. She comes into the hallway where you guys are talking. She says, "Now make sure nobody gets hurt. I can't have that anymore."
Well, yes, of course. Perhaps while we are up there killing your furniture, you could perhaps some of that blueberry pie. Yes.
It's not exactly blueberries. It's a special kind of berry, but yes, it's already prepared.
Oh,
Of course.
Okay.
Just be careful, okay?
Don't worry,
It's not a problem.
no one else will die this time.
No. So we go up the stairs. I'll go last. And just before I go up, I turn to Gwen. Just a precaution. If you start to smell smoke, you might want to leave the house.
What?
He's killing!
So the three of us turned and stared at her on the staircase.
Well, we
Alright,
hope,
so I'll go up
we
the
hope he's kidding.
stairs. I'll go up the stairs first.
Mhm.
Okay,
I
so
have-
it's a
I have
single
debt
file
to settle.
door.
Yeah, I have a debt to settle with this furniture.
Yeah, I lean over to Jodat, and I'm right behind him. I say, does the door open in or out?
Into the room.
I was like, I don't remember. He's
Excellent.
opens in, yes.
Excellent. That's what we want.
Hopefully furniture has not righted itself. If it is still on back, it will be a quick job.
You needn't worry. We've
Who's
got
this? Is anyone entering?
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna
no.
put my hand on the knob and then start counting down 3, 2, 1 on my fingers.
I hold and say, wait. It's if it, rather than just diving in there and start whacking away at furniture, why don't we bring him to us? All right, the door opens in. So all we need to do, where's that rope that you had?
I give you
no,
the
rope.
Yes. I give you the rope.
I take the rope. I say, you get on the other side of the door. I get on this side, and I kind of wrap it around my hand once and hold it taut. I say, keep it stretched over the doorway, down about here, and I gesture to like a couple feet off the floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nod.
Say, you push the door open.
Just one second. There's not a whole lot of room. The stairs go up, and it's just kind of like a tiny landing, and then there's a door.
Okay.
So there's like to get even 4 people on the landing would be like.
Okay. Well, in that case, can 2 people stay at the top of the stairs?
Two people could, yeah, but that would be pretty much it. Otherwise, you'd be, as I said, starting to crowd. And then 2 people just down the stairs, like, a couple feet away.
Well, in that case, he says, who are the 2 best breakers of things here?
I point to
Oh,
Torun
I
and
assume you?
Yada.
Valmera's wielding an axe.
No, I can.
Then I suggest that you 2 stand at the top of the stairs, either side of the door. Torun and I will stay toward the bottom, right? You open the door, wait for one of the things to come at you. You beat the crap out of it, or knock it down the stairs towards us.
Wait. Hold a moment. You said the 2 best. I'm not the best. Torun is the one that, with a single blow, took down the pig.
An entire pig.
Well, whatever.
Yes,
I don't care.
Yes.
Whoever can hit something, get to the top of the stairs.
Right, but I think furniture is all flipped over.
You saying you can't move?
Because listen, it's not sound like click 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 click. It sound like flop 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 flop. Because table is on tabletop.
Well, okay. Let's
We can
assume though.
We take peek. If furniture is up, we use your plan. If furniture is down, we go and break furniture.
Fair enough.
Alright. So I'm gonna lean in and crack the door, Rob, and just take a peek.
Sure. So there was 8 pieces of furniture in there. 3 have been destroyed. 3 are uprated. The bookcase, a large table, and a small table are all flipped upside down and are making most of the noise by sort of bouncing and shuddering. There is 1 chair and 1 small table righted that slowly starts to make its way towards the door as you have it open.
I thought the chair should be trapped on a table leg. We should actually have 2 tables that are upright. I thought.
Yeah, but I think you busted one of them. Anyway, there's
Okay.
3 upended. There was like 3 tables in there originally. There's
Okay.
3 upended. There's 1 chair and 1 small table still standing. There's a bookshelf upended, a table, and a small table.
All right. So I'll close the door. Is chair and table. what is the word for this?
Spider, fiddler crab.
Is able to move. Yes, is ambulatory. Yes, is a good word. His table, his chair is ambulatory. Is everything else is flop like fish.
Gotcha. So we start off with my plan, then we switch over to yours. Sound good?
All right. So I'll open the door and let one of the pieces of furniture come towards us.
Okay, so who wants to be in front of the doorway?
I'm gonna try and be in front of the doorway with Tolroon behind me, right? Like right there with me.
Yeah,
So
kind of beside you.
Yeah, so that the hope is that we can grab this thing and fling it down to Balmera and Grimm, and they're going to take care of the first one because that's how I assumed he meant this plan to work, and then we're going to break the second piece of furniture.
Okay. So the chair, you open the door wide. You push aside some of the broken pieces. The smashed furniture is not animated in any way. The chair makes its way towards the door first, kind of like hobbling, coming right at you. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to want initiative, but I'm going to give you advantage on it, on the roll.
Okay.
Just a 2 in front.
I got a 10.
You went to advantage. I got a 15.
I got a 12.
Okay, so the chair is going to try and whack you with one of its legs. I got a 17. So it manages to kick you in the shin for 2 points of damage, giving you a little bruise and a splinter. And you two can go in either. Sorry, it's Jawdat.
Who was hit?
What was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Jawdat was hit for 2 points of damage. And then it's your turn.
All right. Well, I'm going to try and grab this chair and fling it down the stairs.
Go ahead. Make an attack roll. Need a 10.
I probably won't get one. I did. Listen, did I? It's grappling strength, right?
First of all, you got to grab to hit. So it's an attack roll, and then it's a strength check to grapple.
Right. So it's a 10 exactly to actually grab it.
You grab it. So you're like,
and then
with it.
Yep.
Taller.
And then
Alright. I'm gonna help him try fling it down.
Okay. So make me a strength check then. We'll go right to that.
Okay. That is a 12.
Okay, you can also make a strength check since you're obviously helping Jawdat, unless you're working against Halrin.
I am 16.
Okay, so you succeeded. You beat my 15. So you guys managed to wrestle this chair and like toss it over the rail to the bottom where Grimm and Balmera wait. So what do Grimm and Balmera want to do as this chair comes falling towards them?
Yeah. Well, obviously we're not going to be right under. The plan was not.
Of
to
course.
Hit them.
Of course.
I'm assuming it's going to take some damage from the fall. So what we do is we're going to get as far back as we can from where it's going to hit, and I begin to take out this iron wand.
Okay.
It's about a foot long. It looks like an iron spike that's been twisted and has a big kind of knot at the end. And
Okay.
And I prepare it almost like a fencer would with a rapier. And as soon as the thing hits, I give it a flourish and a whip that is going to attack. So
Make an attack roll with advantage, please. It comes down and it's sort of bouncing and tumbling. Just a simple wooden chair.
yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Quite ordinary.
All right, so so 19. I'm assuming with my bonus.
Yeah, you easily hit it.
All right. With a ray of frost, it gets hit for 7. So this white kind of rage encompasses it, and ice cakes on it and cracks and seeps into the crevices.
It is unmoving.
Okay.
Slightly curved from the frost, but utterly unmoving.
And then
You
I
hear little creaks and cracks
Go
of wood as it sort of twists.
Right. Excellent. Balmera.
I whack it with the axe.
Yeah, it's helpless.
Yeah, good job.
Almost immediately, Gwen comes by with a broom and a dustpan. The table, the small table moves in to attack, wandering its way to the door. It kind of bumps off the door frame, like it tries to kick you with a leg, and hits the door frame. Whack!
Yeah, it's probably not going to fit the door very easily.
Your turn, Jonette.
That was my plan.
I guess I
There's
will.
a little table in front of you trying to kick you.
Yeah, I don't have anything to hit the table with. All right,
You should have a
so
weapon. You have a basic
Kick it.
weapon. Sure enough.
nope, because I completely misunderstood what you said. So I've been playing this entire time as having 0. I'm gonna keep playing
Okay.
that way. So I'm going to since the table like can't make itself come through the door right this second, I'm going to do the only thing I can think of. I'm gonna grab the door and try and slam the door on the table.
Okay.
Wham, wham, wham.
Just what's your strength mod?
+2.
Roll me a d4 plus 2.
Four.
Okay, so I can't fathom a way for it to get out of the way. So you just bring the door in and you just crunch it. It snaps in two. And so there's 3 pieces of furniture still animated, but they're all upended.
And take that, stupid table.
Excellent work, Jordan.
I
Now
shut
let's
up.
proceed
I
with the special.
kind of shut up. I say, that sounded good.
He's
Oh, we
all
got-
it's all taken care of. Now it's time to go break other furniture.
Excellent.
And we proceed to smash the crap out of the other pieces of furniture.
Sure. You have to use a little bit of caution because the legs can still kind of swing a bit, but
Right.
it's not a whole lot.
At one point, when Balmera like lops off one of the table legs, I just start using it to beat the crap out of the rest of the furniture.
Sure.
And I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that leg with me.
Yeah, make it into a club, man.
Yeah, you got
First kill. First adventure.
It even has a nail sticking out of a couple ends, or 2 nails sticking out of one end. The only thing left undamaged in this room is a rug with some tassels on it, which is all bunched up.
Right, and out of slight paranoia and morbid curiosity, I'm gonna take a table leg and I'm gonna kind of scoot the rug around, kind of flip it up real quick to make sure it doesn't come to life and murder us.
Yeah, it seems like a rug, like a normal rug.
Yeah. I think paranoia is definitely justified in this case since the furniture was leaving.
Now it seems like a normal rug.
Yeah, right,
For now.
exactly. So, I assume at this point, with
as I
the
see-
the stairs.
I'll go up. I assume that we have been smashing the furniture in the room. Was that correct?
Yes.
Well, they were.
Yes.
Okay, so when I see
We
that,
did our job.
when I see that the damn it, what did you call it?
Table?
No, the thing on the floor.
Rug?
Rug. Yeah. I was thinking blanket, but yeah, okay. So I'll roll up the rug, and I'll take that with me downstairs.
I'll take your muffins, the pie, and this rug.
It really pulls the room together. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm going
Anna
to.
and Gwen.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm going to stride back downstairs towards
No one
Anne
gets
and
the big
Gwen very
Lebowski.
triumphantly.
Oh yeah, Rob. If I see one of the chair legs that had some blood on it, that killed Cyrus, I'll chop that off and take that with me as well.
Wow.
I'm sure you can find a bloodstained piece.
Nope. Yep. Let's just leave it at that. Let's not explore that anymore. We're gonna take that, put it up here, put a pen
a
in it.
little
I'm
of
gonna
his not insignificant brain on it. Yeah, as soon as I get to the top of the stairs, I go in the room, and obviously convinced that the furniture at least is dead. I'm going to begin searching around because obviously there seems to be more to this than meets the eye. A hedge wizard would not have something like this unless it was bequeathed to him, and if it was, then perhaps there are other things that were bequeathed to him. So. I'm looking for opportunities for additional. That's what I'm looking for. Compensation.
remuneration.
Yeah.
Okay, so this room was just a simple workroom at one point. It probably demolished now. You can definitely find maybe some blank parchment and stuff like that. But the bookshelves, all the books have been sold off and things like that. So
well, I'm not looking for anything obvious out in the open because if it were valuable, my thought is that it wouldn't be out in the open. So I'm looking particularly under where the rug was, along the walls, looking for anything that might be hidden. And yeah, I'm pretty good at that.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you make an Arcana check.
Oh, sure. That I can do. 21.
So you don't find anything, but you suspect that this furniture being animated was probably some sort of miscasting of magic and not the intended consequence, whatever that was. When you guys get back to the bottom of the stairs, Anna and Gwen are there. Gwen looks at Balmera puzzledly. Is there something wrong with the rug?
Yes.
I kind of look weird, oddly at Belmer for a minute, and decide that building a relationship with my new partners is more important than this person's rug. So I turn to her and I say, "Well, the furniture animated, as obviously you are aware, and we're not sure about the rug. So we wanted to take it out and dispose of it properly." Just in case. I mean, you wouldn't want to wake up some morning with the rug, right?
Gwen looks over her shoulder
I'm nodding
at.
because
It's for your own safety.
I'm nodding because what he's saying makes sense.
Gwen looks over her shoulder at her mother Anna, and Anna nods. Okay, if that's what you think is best.
Other than that, we're fairly certain the room is safe. If you wish to use it for anything, to be fair, there is some cleaning up to do, but you needn't fear for your lives.
Anna says, "Oh, don't worry about the cleaning, dear. I'm glad nobody else was hurt. It's horrible what happened to the other fellow.
Well, going into the unknown can be dangerous."
Exactly, they got the surprise on us. Otherwise, they would have never been able to do that to Silas.
Indeed. Now, I take the younger girl aside. Sorry, what's her name? Gwen.
Gwen.
So I kind of put my arm around Gwen and I sort of walk her aside. I say, "Now, Gwen."
She shudders a little bit when you touch her.
Say,
Go ahead.
"Oh no, shh, it's okay. It's okay. Listen, now make sure that you don't be afraid to tell anyone who happens to ask exactly who was able to solve this problem for you. Now, the four of us will be in town. I'm sure that we'll be stopping by the three fairly regularly. So, if you drop our names, we would certainly appreciate it. Then we can help other people like yourselves."
Of course. Anna says, "I'm going to tell all the ladies at the church tomorrow morning, just like I did this morning."
Excellent. And I'm sure that Jodette's God and or goddess here will bless you for that. Thank you.
Anna hands you a small basket, a wicker basket holding 6 muffins. Now they look like blueberry muffins, but she tells you that she used the last of some ingredients that her husband had left behind, and these muffins will each restore 1d8 hit points upon consumption.
Yeah.
Okay. She also gives you a pie, similarly be speckled with fruit, and it will heal 1d12, or you could cut it into 4 slices if you chose for.
Okay.
Or sorry, 2d8, or you could cut it into 4 slices for 1d4 each.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well,
finally, Anna says to you, I'm sorry I sold off all my husband's stuff. He was just a hobbyist after all, but I did manage to find this piece of paper in the back. I don't understand any of this writing, but it looks like that silly writing that he used to play with. And you can see that it's a scroll with magic writing on it.
I step forward, not too eagerly, but certainly before anyone else, and I'll kind of pick it up with 2 fingers and gently give it a once over.
Okay, sure. You can quickly cast read magic on it just to discern what it is. It's a scroll of levitate.
All right. I roll it up. I say, I'll do some research on this, and if it's anything interesting, I will let you know. And I kind of roll it up.
Oh, that's fine, dear. He used to bore me with that stuff. I swear, more things went wrong than went right anyway. He was a better carpenter than a wizard.
Clearly.
Yes, your tables were very solidly built.
Although I think that worked against us.
Sorry.
Unfortunately, had he been a better wizard and a
years.
worse carpenter, Silas would still be alive. That's all I'm saying.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry about your friend wizard.
Oh, I didn't know him, but he was a wizard.
Well,
and an upstanding one at that. And with that, I take the basket and the rock, and I nod, and I go out.
Okay.
And the axe. Don't forget the axe. You have an axe too.
Oh yeah, and the axe.
Thank you very much for the pie and muffins. Perhaps after we earn some coin, I can come back and visit you for some of the is big and orange, is a gourd, pumpkin muffin.
Yes.
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 Is that time of year?
Visit any time. I like you people, despite what some of the other townsfolk say.
He's okay. We like you also.
What did the other townsfolk say?
Don't worry about it. You just make sure you set them straight, and if they have any problems, they can certainly come in and speak to us directly. We're open to hearing from our public anytime.
Will you be careful now? I know you boys run in dangerous circles.
Yeah.
I'll
step
says,
aside.
Thank you again for your help. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'll step outside and breathe in the air, look around, satisfied with the job well done.
I go over to the neighbor and I put the axe back.
Okay.
So I say, well, I suppose we should divide up the
muffins.
The muffins.
Yes.
Something else I was also thinking as we were talking to them, we need a name for our group. You see, because if we're going to promote ourselves as adventurers, we need an easier way to say it than. Oh yeah, it's Belmira, Jordat, Tolrune, and Grim.
That's true.
It doesn't have the ring to it.
That's right. I've been thinking about that, and I think we should call ourselves Belmira and Company.
The what?
No. Anyway.
Why not? It has a certain ring to it.
He's all Beltoljarim. Beltoljarim. It's like fancy magic word.
Beltoljarim. It doesn't quite roll off the tongue, does it?
And instead of trying to artificially create a name and try to get it to catch on, why don't we let our deeds speak for themselves, and perhaps the townspeople will begin to call us something.
Yes.
Hopefully it'll
good
be
idea.
pleasant.
That could work. Is like old man merchant who goes down and sets up his booth and does not have any sort of marker or says nothing. So he never sells anything because people does not know he is there.
No,
It's
no,
a
no, no,
terrible
no, no.
plan.
No, he has a good point. Yours, Toll Run, sounds horrible. Here has a muffin, Grim. Muffin for you,
Is
Got that?
4 normal people in dwarf.
and 2 muffins for me, and 1 for Toll.
I
The
wrap
worst
my
thing's
muffin.
still divided how you like.
Is it? How do
Yeah,
you divide up the muffins?
It's dwarven math. Don't worry about it.
No. I just really didn't hear it.
No, well, he said, here's a muffin, Grim, a muffin for you, Darded, and 1 for Torvin, and 2 for me.
Okay, so that would if my 1, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure that still leaves me with like 2 muffins. There were 6 muffins,
I
right?
think his plan was 1, 1, 1, and 3. I think that was his plan.
No.
Yeah, well.
Well, she
Yeah,
had
just-
she has the basket, right?
Look, all I know is that I have the pie.
Can you split a muffin and then it will be a D4?
No.
He's okay. It's okay. He's here. His Grim muffin,
ugly.
Dalmera muffin.
No, I know. I give 1 more to Grim because wizards tend to get hurt, and we don't want Grim to get hurt. So
No,
Grim will
he's-
get 2,
Well, thank you.
but
I
is,
appreciate that.
and I will get 2 because I'm a dwarf.
I look at Balmera and Grim with their 2 muffins, and then poor Tolroon with his 1 muffin.
Well, yeah, but you have a pie to split with Torun, so.
No. No. So, but I do give my muffin to Tolroon.
Thank you.
He's okay. I come back for special pumpkin muffins.
No, it's perfect. You get the pie, we get the muffins. It's all
Yes,
good. Look,
I asked for pie.
look, they're going to be gone by morning anyway. We're hungry. We're broke.
His place across town. We can get a meal for free.
Really?
Yes.
And Silas bought a lot of fish yesterday, so we have fish. Not fresh fish, but fish.
His,
Not fresh argument, but yeah.
his desert proverb. His day old fish is disgusting.
Well, back where
Well,
I
that
come
must
from.
have caught on because I've heard it where I'm from as well.
Where I come from, it's fish are the same as guests. You can have them for 3 days, and then you have to get rid of them.
Yes, but it's because dwarves are come from underground and it takes a long time to get fish underground.
Look, let's not argue over the day old fish. And how about we go visit?
I actually have a good recipe because we will just need some soap, and then I can make the fish last longer.
Sure.
Did you say soap?
I think perhaps we leave cooking up to Tolroon. He punch big, he bake. He does not put soap in my food.
No, soap makes the fish last longer.
Right.
It's a drawing trick. You wouldn't understand it.
He's technically not wrong. If
I also would not eat it.
he's technically not wrong.
It lasts longer because no one wants to eat it.
No, technical. That's what lutefisk is. That's fish with soap.
It's fish with lye in it.
Yeah, actually, that is the kind of fish. Actually, there's what is it called?
Mm.
Lutefish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
net-
it's disgusting.
Oh, it
net-
is. It's terribly
net
disgusting. I'm just
itself.
saying it's a real food.
Yeah, but it's not like you can go get a bar of soap, jam it in a goldfish's mouth, and expect it to last longer.
What do you have to rub it? It's a
I've tried.
Well, Balmera doesn't have that many ranks in cooking yet, so bear with her.
So anyway, there's no ranks.
Damn it, guys! I'm a wizard, not a chef.
Damn it, guys! I'm a wizard, not a chef.
Right.
All right. So I say, look, why don't we go talk to my my friend Sven? He's I have a contact here that we can perhaps see if we can get some work.
You know
And if
Swift?
Well, don't do that.
well, as in a manner of speaking, I have had a tip to go talk to him.
Okay.
Wait, is he the really short one we saw at that other bar?
He is a gnome that Balmera has seen before.
Oh, no. I know.
Also,
Other character.
keeping the slag. That's right.
He's a prominent member of the city.
Well, that's one way to put it. He has fingers in a lot of pies.
Except
So,
Yada's pie.
Except for Jawdat's pie.
Yeah. So far. Point is, he has a lot of connections. I'm sure we could get a job from him.
Yes, that's
And
a
if
good
he's
idea.
And if he's got nothing immediately, then we can go talk to your that bastard Ivan.
And before we do that, I have a rock to sell. So let's go by that crazy door.
All right.
So where do you go next?
Are you eating pie now?
Where would one sell a rug?
Okay.
I suppose
Fol- Well, Wolfgrim. Wolfgrim.
Oh yeah.
Volcrum, yeah. You can go to Volcrum's
Oh, yeah, he's got a bunch of
wonders.
Yeah.
Okay, when we get that,
Um,
he's kind of odd. I think he hit his head one too many times. He claims he was an adventurer back in the day. So here's what I'm thinking.
There's a lot of people who claim that.
So this rock is once belonged to a renowned adventuring group, and we want to sell it to him.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, I've got a better idea. Watch this. And I do prestidigitation, and I do a quick twirl, and you see the edges sort of begin to sort of like dance with this yellowish fairy fire on the edge. Look at that.
I look as stunned at it. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that'll sell.
So we need a name for the adventuring group. What are you thinking?
It's got to be something catchy, something that rolls off the tongue, something people feel confident about, something that they'll.
Crushing Axes.
A little too violent. We want to appeal to the.
No, not for our name. I got our name covered. For this fake adventuring group that we are selling.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, sure. Why not? I don't care.
Okay. So you seem like a talkative guy, and I hand Grim the rock. Maybe you should do the trick.
Well, if you could carry it for me, I'd appreciate that. It's a bit heavy.
Okay.
And,
it's not like a huge rug. It's just like a mat that was in the middle of the floor. It's about 5 feet wide, 6 feet wide, and about 10 or 12 feet long with tassels all the way around the end of it.
Okay.
But I have pretty low strength, so I'm still gonna have Balmera carry it.
Balmera will
Even if I
take the
could.
rock.
Even if I could.
And maybe you two should, I don't know, go wash up or something before dinner.
Hey, I've got dibs on a piece of that pie there. I'll share a muffin with you.
Before dinner, it's hours until dinner.
Hey,
Yeah, it's just before lunchtime.
Well, you can never be too clean.
look, friend. Time is an illusion. Lunchtime doubly so. We'll be fine.
Okay, I guess you guys can go off to Volcrum's place.
Well, you can come along. It's up to you.
No thanks.
He already been there.
All right.
He's not going back.
So, as you walk up the coast road, you're walking past the 3. There's a well there if you truly want to wash up, or I don't know if Belmar was just busting your chops. But.
I just assume Balmera occasionally says non sequiturs.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, so we'll get to this House of Wonders place.
Yeah,
I just want to know
I'm
if
walking with them,
everyone's
but then I'm walking with them, but I'm continuing over to the guardhouse. I
Okay.
actually just want to drive in.
Okay. So, Volcrum Wonders, it's the store itself is just a large old porch, which is in front of a larger house that's long, or really wide, but that deep. And it is very old with the wood sagging in the middle. In the porch area, the actual shop, almost all the product is covered under some dust. There are boxes and crates that are just folded up, holding junk that's not even on display. Volcrum himself, you can see he is sitting on his porch, and he's smoking a pipe. Adventurers! Oh, come back to buy some more wonders, have you? Oh, good, come in. What have you been up to?
As a matter of fact, we were here to sell you something. We have this one-of-a-kind
And I hold it up.
adventurer's rug. Look at this. It was we got it as a payment for a service rendered, and man, it's a beauty though. Honestly, it's not something we can carry around with us, but it's got some kind of power to it. We're not sure what it is yet.
I rolled out.
I'm sure a master collector such as yourself could easily figure it out in no time. It's amazing.
As he speaks, I'm rolling out a little and kind of playing with the tassels to make the illuminating flare a little bit.
Volcrum says, well, I didn't buy stuff too often, but if it has a colorful history, perhaps, can you tell me the story behind it? Why is it so valuable?
Oh, sure. It's a breathtaking story. The woman who bequeathed it to us for clearing her attic of some rather nasty monsters, she said that it was what was the name of that adventuring group you said there that she said there?
Crushing Axes.
The Crushing Axes. You heard of them? Yeah, you must have. They're pretty well known further south, but I think their name reached up here. In any case, they invaded a storm giant stronghold, and the chieftain had been raiding the towns down below. Brutal fella, by the name of Grimax, and he was terrible to the people down there. So they sent adventurers in. They killed him and his men off, and this rug was in front of the fireplace of this storm giant lord, and they took it as their prize. And she said that it had some sort of magical property, something about protection from fire. I think something like that. I don't know. I'm not really good with the arcane stuff, but it's clearly a magical device, and this fire running around the side clearly suggests that. So it's boy, I hate to part with it, but we're new in town. We don't have any sort of house yet, and we've got nowhere to put it. So as much as we hate to part with it, it's yours for dirt cheap. I swear.
Yeah, a poultice.
So while you're talking, his eyes kind of open wide, and he's looking at the rug, he's looking at the underlay, he's looking at the tassels. Now, I want you to make me an intelligence check, please, Alex.
Sure enough. Sure enough. No, roll one.
You think it's a pretty. Your assessment of the drug is it's pretty cheap. It's probably not worth much.
Oh yeah, I don't care.
So I'm just letting you know. We're
not selling a rug. We're selling a story.
I understand. I'm just letting you know. So I want you to make me a deception roll.
All right.
You gotta beat a 9.
I got a 15.
Okay, so he seems to believe you. He says, "Well, I didn't often buy stuff. You see, most of my stuff has such memories attached to it. I remember that there belonged to there." And
as they say, beggars can't be choosers. We're not looking to make a fortune off this. We want to see it in the right hands, and I'm sure that someone like you could do that. You're obviously very you care a lot about these artifacts and the wonders about them and the stories, and that's what we're really looking for here. So whatever whatever you got.
So he takes he undoes his pouch and he takes it off, and it looks fairly light, not like it doesn't have a lot of coins in it, and he's looking through it, and he says, "I could not offer you more than 4 nobles for it."
Do you have anything like
that's at least? Perhaps I could give you 7 nobles worth of credit.
All right, so 4 nobles in coin and 7 nobles worth of credit. That's perfect.
No.
Done.
No. I'll give you 5 nobles and not a common more.
I don't want to. You know what? Maybe we should go back to that other fella. I think it was 8 nobles he offered us. But I mean, we wanted to come to you because even though he offered us 8, I wanted to give you the opportunity. But I mean, this is all we got for our troubles for our adventure, and honestly, we do need to, to pay for rent and his. I mean, she's got a baby on the way. We got to take care of this.
I'm sorry, but I've not sold a lot of stuff. I'm too attached to it.
Well, look, I tell you what then. How about we do five nobles and then an additional 5 in credit?
No, I cannot do that. No.
Oh, it's a shame.
I'll give you 5 nobles and 2 commons.
6 nobles?
Nay. He sits down. He looks around. I'm not sure you can be selling stuff like that. Do you not get? Well, he looks around the room. Do you not get emotional with some of that stuff? I mean, that necklace over there. I remember when he was wearing it.
Look, that's why we came to you for this reason alone. That's the reason we came to you, for this reason, because you're clearly passionate about the history, and that means something to me too. I'll have you know. I mean, but you gotta say we have to fill our bellies. We can't fill it with sand, you know.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to preserve the memories, and I have to sell them off sometimes myself, and it makes me so sad. I didn't have the coin.
That's why this is good.
That's the beauty of this. You're not going to be emotionally attached to it. It's got history, which you value, but you could sell it and not feel like you've been part of yourself away. This.
All right, so he opens his pouch and he places 5 silver nobles and 5 copper commons on a small desk, and he's disturbing dust as he's putting the coins down. That's me final offer. I'm sorry. I have not had the sales. So hard
I,
at parting with some of this stuff. He's looking around sadly.
I say, well, let me have a moment with my my associate here, and I take Belmira aside. I say, what do you think?
Belmira, make an intelligence check.
No.
No, okay. It's a cheap rack.
How much does it cost to live for a day at the inn? Just to have an idea what he's offering.
A night at the inn, you can get one noble in the common room, or you can get a bed in a room of 4 for 3 nobles. You can get a separate room for 5 nobles.
So
Or
it's
you can
not
get a really classy room for 7 nobles. Well, I'm just thinking. You think of the cost of a hotel. That might be comparable.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a cheap restaurant. It's not garbage, but
Well, I mean, let's just take it.
Yeah. All right. So I say, well, you seem like a decent fella, so we'll take your deal.
who will?
Just just remember us next time. And look, if
Well, if there's stuff ye be wanting too, I have stuff that can help adventurers out. Magic swords and books and all sorts of things.
Do we have any
Sure,
spell
there's
books?
someone- perhaps I'd have to do some digging.
Well, maybe
Looks
next
around,
time.
unsure.
Maybe next time we come by, you could look, and then we'll see. I'm in the market for a spell book.
And listen, if anyone comes by looking for adventurers, you point them our way, right?
Yes.
Well, I
The Mirror and
was
Company.
an adventurer once myself,
Exactly.
And
We adventurers have to stick together.
Oh, we had some grand times traveling through the wastes, fighting. We fought giants once, so it was pretty exciting.
Yeah. All right. Well, we gotta go.
So how much did he give us? 4 silver?
For basically
5 and 5.
5 silver, 5 copper. So.
I just write it down. We go outside.
Okay.
Jada, did you go with Tolrin to the guardhouse or? Okay.
Yeah.
That was going to be my next question.
All right. Yeah. So as soon as we're done there, we'll head over there. So if you want to switch to them now, that's fine.
That's exactly what I'm doing. So, you guys are, you make your way into the guardhouse. This time you're unchallenged at the door. Inside, you see Ivan standing there talking to about 8 of the other guards. And he seems to be sort of wrapping up a speech. He's saying something about you can expect him to arrive within a day or 2 when you guys walk in. What do you want? Is there trouble? Picture sometimes.
Is something we can help with, perhaps?
Oh, right. Okay, he turns back to the rest of the guards. He said, that's it for now. Try and keep the public from getting too worked up about it. We'll play it down. Yeah, you two walk and talk with me.
All right.
So he leads you back outside, and you start heading south along the coast road. And he's walking and talking slowly. He says, the duties of town guards extend about a mile or 2 beyond the town, and after that it's up to the King's guards to look after any crime that goes in the in-between places. Puts us in a bind sometimes if we go too far out of our zone, and then something happens to the town that leaves it unprotected. So there's a fellow in town, a family in town, the Ambles. They have a mine. It's about 5 miles to the south of here towards Bryce, but They haven't been seen for in about 2 weeks, and that's pretty unusual. They opened a silver mine down there, and, well, they should have been back by now. I can't offer you any money for it. I've got limited discretion on what I can do with those funds, but if you find the Ambolts and you help them out, well, they are silver miners.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm having problem with your accent. Are we looking for animals, anvils, or someone named Annabelle?
Okay, so as you're walking along, he's walking slowly, and you walk past Fulcrum's as Belmira and Grim come out. He continues walking, and he turns onto Sherky's End, and he stops in front of this place, Porch Jewels, and there's a sign out front that says closed, and you can see it's a fairly small shop, and then there's houses behind it, like support houses, support buildings behind it that are individual houses, and he's standing out front of it. He says, "These are the Hort Ambolt. He's a dwarf family of dwarves, the Ambolts. They're jewelers. They run mines sometimes. And well, as I said, they've been missing about 2 weeks. I expected them back a 10-day ago, and I have not seen from them. So you wanted something to look into. There's something that I'd like to look into, but I can't spare the manpower, and it's well out of my zone anyway."
Well, that sounds like it'd be right up our alley.
Oh, Grim, you startled me right there.
Sorry. It's an old habit. I move rather quietly without thinking about it.
Well, it's like he says, this kind of thing is right up our alley. I'm kind of excited. This is the exact kind of thing I've wanted to do.
About 5 miles to the south, you'll see a road that leads off to the southeast. It's marked by a particularly large oak tree at the bend. It's a sharp bend, and then it works its way in, and you come to a rocky area where the mine is. It's there's some rock cliffs. It's along there. It shouldn't be too hard to find. I've never been, but Hort described it to me once. He was pretty excited to have found a new vein, he said.
Now, how does this work as far as payment goes? Do we need to sign a contract?
I'm not offering you anything. I've got no money to offer you. But if if Hort and his family need help and you help them out, maybe they'll be grateful. They're jewelers and miners after all.
Ah, yeah. See.
Yeah.
Hey,
listen.
Whatever
you do, just keep it down in town, okay?
Yeah, of course. Not a word.
Rile things up any worse than
Yeah. Not a word.
So,
We're all about discretion. You let people know that.
Could you just remind me what were the names?
So it's the Ambolts.
Yeah. Did he mention some first names?
Well, Hort is the father. He didn't tell you the rest of the names of their families, but they do have names.
All right. Presumably.
I have the names, but
before we go, Ivan, seeing that you are the captain of the guard here, maybe you have an armory where we could maybe borrow some shields or some armor, maybe some weapons. As you can see, we are not armored nor armed.
Who do you say that to?
Ivan, wasn't that his name?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I thought he walked away. What did you say? I didn't catch that.
Well, before he goes away, I asked him if he had access to an armory, and maybe we could borrow some armor, weapons, and shields. Because, as you can see, we are not armed, or carrying shields.
Well, I don't know how you became adventurers without them, but no, I can't go lending armory weapons to civilians. No.
Yeah, it's look,
Brogan, if you want to buy one.
I didn't catch that.
He said to go see
He's-
Bogan the blacksmith if you want to buy some.
Okay. I nod.
I
I
think
let
he
him
was in
walk
the
off.
southwestern part of this town.
Good luck.
As soon as he's out of
Good
earshot,
luck.
I look at the others. Are you insane?
What?
Again, doing free work? That guy
Look,
wouldn't even
no.
borrow.
It's not free work. This is a silver mine.
But we look.
We would be We could potentially save a wealthy and respected family within this community. Would his
But
daughter
listen.
spread up?
Well,
The
yeah, that
city-
too, but
He
So-
won't. No. He won't even borrow us weapons. So I'm sorry. No.
look, you've got silver in your pocket. Look, you can have my share of it. We'll get you something to protect your little self with.
No. Last time we went into. I mean, come on. We are not exactly in prime fighting condition.
And how do we become in prime fighting condition without fighting? What, sitting in a tavern,
Well, I think
drinking our bellies up?
I think at least before we go investigating trouble at the silver mine, we should at the very least, find a weapon.
Yeah, I'm all set myself, but yeah, let's. What sort of weapons do you fancy, Bill Mira?
Well, what weapon do you? Are you familiar with weapons, Jardath?
Yes. More or less.
Well, what weapon would you like?
I don't know. Not something that I have really considered.
Okay, all right. Look, Jordan, I want you to imagine something. Close your eyes.
It is no. Last time someone's not paying attention in this town, they got robbed. All I have is pie. I cannot lose pie.
No. Look, we'll watch your back. Look, just humor me and just close your eyes for a second.
And this is how my pie gets stolen. All right, so I close my eyes.
All right. Now, imagine there's something big and nasty running towards you, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is big and slathering and dripping with drool, with teeth the size of daggers, and it's coming right at you. What do you grab?
Toll room.
I was thinking more of a weapon. What's your first instinct? Two hands, one hand. Do you sneak some out off your shoulder? Do you pull it out of your sleeve? Do you kick at it? What do you do?
Is a difficult question. Perhaps we go to the store. I look what they have. Something strikes me. Not literally. If it strikes me, I'd be very upset.
Yeah, that would be bad. Yeah.
But we go to the
Alright.
store. We look.
All right, let's go check the weaponsmith. I'm sure he's got something lying around. We'll bargain. We'll haggle. We'll get you something. Don't worry.
No. Weapons tend to be
Expensive?
costly.
Yes.
Yeah, you'd be surprised what you can get for a good story and a couple of silver. Trust me.
Okay, I hand him the 5 silvers and 5 coins. Go work your magic.
I'll put them in one of my pockets. By the way, I didn't get a chance to describe this earlier, but my clothes are very sort of patchwork. You know, there's patches of leather sort of patching other parts of leather, and there are odd pockets here and there, like, you know, kind of twisted sideways or a weird angle, just sort of sewn in haphazardly. So it's a very sort of chaotic looking outfit. The outer cloak is fairly nice. It's, you know, certainly a traveling cloak. It has is a little tattered and dirty at the bottom, but overall it seems fairly clean and well mended. But so he puts the coins into one of the upper pockets, kind of near his neck, and puts a little button to close it up, and says, "All right, let's go."
And I'll just let you know that those coins,
Mhm.
we could have eaten for those coins.
We have pie.
No, you have muffins.
Look, we're all gonna split and share. It'll be fine.
So before we go, okay, Torin, when we are fighting the
Pig? Mushrooms.
yes,
Creature in cave.
yes, you
Or the mermaid.
are you kind of like a pet fighter that fights with your hands, your legs, your kick, your punch? Is that your fighting style?
You attack with your pets.
Yeah, you fight with pigs.
Wait, did you say pig or pet?
Yes.
You said both? What?
He's a dwarf. It's hard to understand.
Okay, in which case I just nod and say yes.
That's what this campaign should be called. Lessons in common. Okay.
Yes,
Well,
he is one of the traveling spiritual punching people things.
I heard of you.
Yes, we have similar people where I'm from, but mostly they are kicks with small knives, sometimes big swords. He's called Dervish.
I'll have to go over there someday and learn from them, possibly.
Well, yes, anytime
Sounds
you
very
want, come
interesting.
down. I show you my father's merchant company
So-
is
so-
quite profitable.
in your language, dervish means pig fighter.
No, he's punching camels, not pigs. But no, he's a person who does not use many weapons. He is a style of combat that is mostly about
Yes, pit fighter.
avoiding and yes, whatever. Dwarves have such limited vocabulary.
I nod.
So, I start heading down toward that. What was that?
Brogan?
What's that?
Brogan
No.
in the bottom. That's where the blacksmith is.
Wait,
No. I'm gonna. I want to stop first by. Damn it! The map keeps disappearing.
The crap grub?
Yeah, click on Rob, then the map.
Well, I
says-
did, but his avatar just comes up and the map disappears.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's all right. No, it's not your fault.
I'll
Yeah,
post
we're gonna.
a picture of them.
I want to head to the slag pit.
Okay.
so when we get near there, why you want to head in there?
No, as we come to the corner, hang on. I'm just gonna get something at our room at the tree. And I quickly run in and I take the knife and I take the spell book and I take the fish. And as I come out, I throw the fish in a
Gutter?
Yeah, no.
The bar for soap.
Yeah, about so. The compost thing, the
Okay.
trash pile, whatever
Okay.
you.
Yeah, put it in the trash. Okay.
The gutter.
And then I run down the streets to
Okay.
meet up with the rest of them.
All right.
Okay, so you're outside the slag pit?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay.
It's my
It's not
favorite place.
terribly right now.
Yeah, I say. There's a fella I can talk to here about something. Just give me a sec. And I'll go up the stairs and go inside.
Hang on, I'll go
There's
with you.
no stairs, but yeah, you can certainly go in.
Okay.
When you walk in, as I said, the place is mostly empty. You do see a few working girls working their trade. There is one game of cards going on, some sort of gambling. There's a few people sitting around drinking. You don't see any sign of Wrong the bouncer, but you do see Slag, the owner, standing in the bar. He just kind of looks at you.
I say, hey, Slag. Good to see you.
Can you cross over to where he is?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Well, what do I usually want? Have you seen Sven lately?
Sven comes in at night, mostly.
Yeah, I know officially he does, but I need to get a hold of him. If you have any idea where he might be this time of day.
Ha! I wouldn't tell you even if I knew, and I don't. Come here tonight, he'll be here. He'll buy something.
Yeah, I'm looking to buy something, but not from you. You let me know if Sven comes in, and then we can talk business.
Don't hold your breath.
I say, you want to make sure that you know who your enemies are in town. You don't want to get some unfriendlies that might be someone.
I seem to recall I love giving Silas the same advice. Slag says,
Don't worry, I forgive easily. It probably won't mean anything. So I'll go back outside and say, all right, just planting a seed or two, and then I guess we'll head over to the blacksmith or the. I assume there's more than one blacksmith in town.
there's only one main one. Like, there's a couple people that'll do little stuff like,
Okay.
nails or cups or forks, but there's only one that does weapons and armor.
Right.
Metal armor. There's a leather worker that will do like leather armor, and sometimes they'll work together. One might make buckles for the other. And whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess I've been here probably about the same time as them, or a little later, a little more.
More or less. Maybe 1 day less at most.
All right.
More or less.
All right. So I'll just start heading over toward the blacksmith then.
So the four of you head out to Brogan's. Now, Brogan's, his doors are wide open. He has a set of double doors wide open. And coming from those double doors, there's like an awning that extends out. And there's nothing really under the awning. You can see a dwarf inside. He's shirtless. His head is shaved along the sides, but he's got long hair going down the middle. A pretty thick mustache, and a beard that would be called modest for a dwarf, but there's definitely some beard. There's some mutton chops. He's not even looking at you. He's hammering away at a bar on an anvil, just pink.
All right. So I'm kind of gonna glance around and see if he has anything. See what he has hanging around his walls.
So you don't see any weapons, but you see like the stock that weapons could be made into, things like that. You see some tools for sure, lots and lots of various tools. There's some things in different states of completion.
Okay.
Does he have any like farming tools, like a flail or something like that?
He might have some like shears, things like that, or smaller tools. There might be a shovel.
Hang on.
Anyway, so he's like, boink. He hasn't even looked up.
Right. I'm kind of glancing around to see where his apprentice is.
He's the only one you see.
All right. I say, Master Smith.
Hey. He looks up at you, then looks back down.
We're looking to purchase some light weaponry. If you might have any in stock or something.
He nods.
Do you have anything in stock?
No. I can make you something.
Pink.
Well, what's your specialty?
Drink. What do you need? That's what I'm special in.
I glance back at Jawdat.
Drink. Drink. He sets the hammer down, kind of wipes his hands. I can make you some weapons. Half up front, half when it's done. What you be looking for?
And again, I'm looking back at Jawdat.
Oh. Huh. He's
He looks up at you, Jawdat. You're a big one. I can make a weapon for you too.
Couldn't you just slam a block of iron on the end of a stick? I'm sure you could do something with that.
He goes up to. He gives you sort of a scowl. He goes up to the wall. He pulls off a crude rod of iron. You want that?
I look over back at Jawdat.
how much is your stick of metal?
That's not balanced. It's not the right length for you. It's not going to work very well. But if you want to hit some with it, you could.
Yeah.
2 crowns.
I'm sorry. There must still be anvil ringing in my ears. I thought you said 2 crowns for the piece of misshapen metal.
It is straight and heavy. It's not like raw, but it's. But yeah, you heard me right. 2 crowns. You want me to make it into a weapon? It's going to cost 10, 15, 20. Depends what you want.
Are we talking about dwarf money or real money? Because yeah.
He walks around you. He's looking at your ears.
Yes, my mother also believed in half up front, half when complete. It's okay.
Look, if your money's tight, he goes over and he grabs like a short, kind of a lump of metal. You could use it as a crude club.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of drops it on the ground. It lands heavily. He says, 3 nobles.
Sold.
But, what? No, I have no use for
Hang on. So, is that the definition of the weapon? A lump of metal. How does it look? Because I imagine just like a lump of metal.
We described this kind of a club, so.
The crudest of clubs.
Yeah.
Oh,
so.
okay.
no,
iron that's up-like in shape.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Look, blacksmith have a piece of metal is thin, perhaps 3 feet long. Is normally used for making swords quickly. I do not know what it's called, but I've seen before. Is a blank
You want a spear?
No, he's wow.
Make
No.
you a spear.
How much is spear?
1 crown.
He's,
I didn't make cheap weapons. I make them test-sized, custom-made for the wearer. I know what I'm doing.
Yes,
I've got
unfortunately.
3 months to work it, but if you want something, then I'll do it for you.
As he says that, I look at the lump of metal.
I say,
Well,
just a moment to consult with my associates here, and we kind of huddle up away from him.
Look, it makes no sense. Yes, no. We pay good money, we get a terrible lump of metal. Or perhaps, for now, we just let Tolroon punch everything, and we come back when we have more money. Is not a problem. Look, all I need is
Do Do you guys go outside when you discuss that?
Well,
no, we're at the other end of
we
the
kind of moved
store,
away. We kind of moved
basically.
away from him.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, he almost immediately, as soon as you take your focus away, he immediately goes back to hammering anyway.
Yeah.
Even if you're standing 10 feet away, you get the impression he's not listening.
How much would the metal
I happen to know where we can. I happen to know where we can get an axe.
No, yeah, hang on. How much would just the metal and access to tools and the forge cost?
You're going to ask him that? To, like, basically sell you everything to make your own?
Yeah, then I buy everything but
And
his
the answer's going to be go fuck yourself. He's not going to set you up to be competition, no.
Look, he's.
I say you could offer your services as an assistant.
Okay. Let's just go. I pull out the silver dagger that Cyrus had, and I hand that to Jadath. You have to make do with that. That's just, dwarves. And I shake my head and I go outside.
Head out. Once we're outside.
Look, Mr. Dwarf, Mr. Smith.
Grovich. Rogan Grovich.
Yes. How much for a piece of leather stripping for handle is like perhaps 2 feet long?
You'll have to go see Mergi.
You're telling me that you have non-supply here for wrapping handles. So you make weapon, and then customer comes in and goes, "Oh, that would be wonderful if only it had handle." And you're like, "Oh, I should have thought of this. Let me run down the leather person."
When someone's actually a customer buying weapons, I make them a complete weapon. I've got some scraps of leather I can sell you, but I use them myself.
Yes, all I need is a scrap of leather.
One though.
Yeah. No.
I'll flip him the coin from what we have in our pocket.
So he gives you it's a pretty nice strap of leather, like it's the equivalent of a belt without the buckle in the holes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you. Perhaps when we have money, exorbitant amounts of it, we will come back and purchase one of your custom-made weapons.
Aye. Bink.
You know, this town is seriously lacking qualified merchants.
Steve, did he take the knife or not?
Yeah, he's not really paying attention to it. It's like in his hand while he's talking.
Okay, then I'll delete it from my notes.
All right, so I say, I suppose in the morning we said, well, how far away was the mine?
About 5 miles.
Okay.
Till you hit a side road, and then half a mile, something like that.
So I kind of pull the quarterstaff off my back, and I say, look, if you're I don't know if you're proficient with any of these sort of things, but I'm sure we can hack down a decently straight tree branch on the way, and
is that a wizard staff?
Huh?
Is that a wizard staff?
It's just a quarterstaff.
No, but Mero will ask you.
Oh, says I just I use it for. I do a lot of walking, and in a pinch, it can dissuade the more persistent individuals at the side of the road from giving me a hard time.
But you have magic.
Well, yeah, sure, but sometimes you don't want to put all your cards on the table right away.
No, you don't. So, Jadath, I don't think you should buy any weapons from him. Based on that lump of metal and the misshapen rod, I don't think he's proficient enough.
Well, look, we're gonna head into we're gonna head to the mine. Let's what do you say we get a good night's sleep and set out in the morning?
Well, no, the day is still young.
Yeah, let's go now.
Barely
Was it?
afternoon.
Okay. Okay.
So 2 in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
And again, so just as you walk, just be sure about your money-making scheme here. We go up. We help people for free again, in the hope that someone will pay us.
Where do you get that business for free? This is a silver mine. These people are going to be grateful that we saved them, or worst case scenario, they're dead, and then there's going to be some.
Okay. It's kindly of you to think like that, Grim. But no, if they're dwarfs, they're not going to be grateful.
Did we get the impression they were dwarves?
I understand
Yeah,
they were dwarfs.
family of dwarves.
Oh, okay. I missed that part.
And believe me, I have some personal experience with dwarfs.
Huh. Well, you're welcome to stay behind if you like.
No. I'm pointing. You heard. Oh, I forgot. What was the blacksmith's name? Rick?
Brogan.
Brogan. You heard the blacksmith, right? Brogan. He wants money up front, so why don't we adopt that policy? Money up front, half up front, half later.
Because it's not possible to get half of treasure from mine up front before going to mine.
Okay. Treasure from mine. Okay. I see what you're doing.
Hey, look. Not only that, but let's face it. We don't really have a reputation. He's got a reputation in town. He's the only fella doing blacksmithing. So he can ask up front.
Yeah, that's true. And soon we will have a reputation for the adventuring company that does work for free.
You're thinking about it all wrong.
No. I see. We get the treasure in the mine. That's good.
We'll talk business on the way. So we'll start to head for this mine, I guess.
Okay.
I messed up anyway. So
as we're joining up there, Belmero will ask Grim questions like she'll get out Cyrus' spellbook and she will ask, "What does this symbol mean?" and "What spell is this?"
Okay. Yeah. As you're talking to him, you see something sort of move underneath his cloak, like not where his hand is, but you see the sort of movement beneath his cloak, up near his shoulder.
Yes.
That's all.
I'm sorry, Steve.
Okay.
Steve completely ruined that picture for me.
Oh.
While we're also walking and there's not stuff wiggling under my cloak, I'm going to with Tolrune's help, I'm going to take that leather strap and start wrapping it around the lower third of the table leg.
Nice.
Okay.
And
No
we'll
problem.
do it so that basically, Tolrune's going to walk with his hands behind his back holding the table leg, and I'm going to walk behind him leaning against it. So it's going to slow us down a little bit, but that way we're keeping it taut the entire time and wrapping it basically as tight as possible. And then when we get to a point where it's just about done, I'll tap it in with one of the nails from the top of it. I'll try and secure it until I can get a better system for securing it.
Nice.
It'll work for now.
Okay. So you guys head south along the coast road. Crossmeet behind. You pass some people along the way. Merchants traveling to and fro. Not all merchants. Some people just in singular or in groups, and they tend to give you a brief but courteous greeting, hello, greetings, that sort of thing, as they pass you on the road. It's kind of cool, but it's clear overhead. You head south, and the road is fairly straight. You don't get too far south from Crossmeet before there's almost no road to the west. No land, I'm sorry, to the west of the road. Just beyond the road goes maybe 50 feet or 100 feet in a lot of spots, and then it's water or short cliffs that lead to water. To the east, there's farmland for a while, and then grass, and then lots and lots and lots and lots of trees. The trees here are more mixed in variety. So after about maybe a couple of hours of walking, you reach the turnoff where you spot the large oak that Ivan suggested looking for, and you start following that in. Now, at this point, it becomes a sort of windy path that's not much wider than a cart, with trees 10 to 20 feet tall on both sides. At this point, as you guys are making your way through, I want everyone to make me a perception check, please. It's going to be a group check.
As we walk along, Belmero will also try to keep an eye open for any possible mushroom growths.
Okay.
Those are always good.
I got
And
a 12.
I have 16.
Yes.
20.
Okay, so at least some of you spot, kind of in the about 10 feet in the trees, you see some movement, and you realize that you're looking at the back end of a horse or a mule or a donkey.
Oh, nice. All right, so I kind of and
What? Why are we being quiet? I say not quiet at all.
well, we're not apparently. I point. It's a beast in the woods. Might be a horse or a mule or something.
I look over there. It's just an ass.
I look down. Yeah, don't put yourself down. No, look, it's yeah, but it could have some gear on it, or a clue, or something to tell us what's going on here.
Of course.
They're not wild in this area, you know.
Okay, good idea. I will go in and check it out.
Okay, you wind your way through the tree.
No. I will sneak my way in. I will not. I will take the path hidden.
Right. So you're on a trail, and then this is about 10 feet or 15 feet off the trail. You can see this animal through some of the trees. Did you want to go with him, Talrun? You were going to say something?
Yep. Sorry, I was eating.
So you're sneaking up there, Belmero?
Yes.
Talrun, you're doing what? Tell me.
I'm also not wanting to ruin Belmero's sneaking. I will also sneak.
All right. So you guys can make me a stealth check.
Yeah, I got a 21.
Nice. Okay.
And I got an 13.
All right. So by the time you get up to the animal, it's moved maybe 5 feet further away, and it's in a small clearing. And you can see now that through the trees to the east, you can see the starts of hills that Ivan indicated that the mine would be somewhere around there. Not far from this animal, which is a donkey, you can see a two-wheeled cart. It's a simple cart with two bars coming off of it that you could attach to an animal, or I suppose you could carry rickshaw style. 2 wheels, and it's just a bit of a flatbed, like with rails on it and none at the front, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
The donkey, there is some tack for the donkey sitting in the cart. The animal is, if it's aware of you, it's not reacting overtly.
Forgive my ignorance. Tack, is that something donkeys eat? What?
No, tack is like reins, saddle, bridle.
Oh. The gear you would, put on it.
It's a donkey's adventuring gear.
Yeah.
Level 7 warrior.
So I'm gonna follow up behind once they've sort of gone up first, and then I'll kind of move up behind them.
Okay. I'm gonna go closer to the tag, and I want to look and see if it was like looks like it was ripped off the cart or it wasn't even fastened on, or.
No, there's no signs of it being torn, but it's not brand new. But other than that, it seems to be it's intact tack.
Okay, so
I'm gonna stay.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay hidden while he does that.
Okay, I'm fairly convinced that there's no danger because of that, and I will approach the donkey. Mule.
Yeah, they're pretty good at sensing danger. So if there was a predator around, you know, they would probably.
You can make me an animal handling check. What are you doing, Belmare, while he's doing that?
I'm remaining hidden.
Okay, sorry. What did you say, Steve?
Is it fair to assume I rolled a 3 earlier? But is it fair to assume that now that everyone's sort of meandering off that direction, that I also noticed the donkey butt sticking out of the woods?
Yes. When I do perception group checks, I shouldn't say perception. When I do group checks, I do it on the assumption that the people that spot something tell the rest of the party. If you don't want that to happen, when you spot something, you can just let me know.
Okay.
So you're definitely aware of the donkey. You're definitely aware of them going over there.
I also work off that assumption, but Tolroon is daft sometimes, and Belmare doesn't tell us anything. So I was like,
right on. Yeah, totally understandable.
All right, so I see the donkey, and a huge smile comes across my face. Because having just recently had to give mine up to buy passage on this ship, I very very joyfully start walking towards it, kind of like clicking it and making I don't know what I assume, and from my experience are friendly noises to the donkey.
Okay, so it's just grazing lightly. It looks at you. You can make me an animal handling check with advantage since you've got some experience with donkeys.
Oh wow, this is it's so sad. I'm a cleric. My best skill is animal handling.
I think that's sad. I think it's kind of cool.
All right, so
19, nice.
19, 23.
Hey, get a room, you two.
27.
Okay, so it starts walking towards you, kind of unsuredly, but it doesn't stop. Like it kind of looks down and looks up and looks down and looks up, but keeps coming over to you till it stretches its neck out to the limit, trying to see what you've got in your hands, sort of thing.
All right, I do reach in my pocket and I produce a piece of fruit, whether it's a pear or a peach, something that came with our breakfast this morning that I stuck in my pocket, and I take a bite out of it, and then I give the rest of it to the donkey.
Okay, so sniff for a second, and then slobbily it kind of gums and bites into the remainder of the apple.
All right, when it does that, I take my slobbery hand, I tussle a little bit of donkey mane at the top of its head. I'm like, and I'll just start petting it while they're, I don't know, being slaughtered by orcs. I have no idea being on this donkey. Very, very fixated at the moment.
Hey.
Looks like you found a friend out here in the wilderness. Okay, I'm going to examine the cart more.
Say what?
I was going to approach the donkey, but I was going to approach the donkey as well.
Everybody can pet the donkey if you want.
I just like the idea that Tolroon's walking up to the donkey, and the donkey walks past Tolroon. Where's he going?
It just knows that my dog likes donkeys. I just have a list of character goals, and I just cross off get a donkey and.
It's on my bucket list. And the donkey.
Okay, I'm gonna look in the cart.
So other than tack, there isn't much in the cart other than some earth, some dirt.
Okay, so would it be reasonable for me to assume that it's like a mining cart?
You could make that assumption if you want. I will neither confirm nor deny.
That's a yes, you are right. You can spend the rest of the game the assumption.
Being smug.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna basically sort of come out into this sort of, I assume it's like a clearing.
Yeah, and in fact, here you can see that through some trees, there's about another 50 yards of trees, and then beyond that starts to be these sort of rocky hills.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, I see that the donkey's taken care of. Good. So we have that. That's a little tick in our ledger of wealth. So it's an asset now. And so, thank you. So, I got to glance over at the cart. Good, we can bring stuff with that. But I'm really sort of kind of looking around trying to get basically kind of look around the woods to see if there's anything that stands out as out of place.
Well, within the clearing you're in, you can't see well beyond the clearing because you're looking through trees. But within the clearing, it seems as...
Okay, so nothing out of place. Okay. All right. I say...
well, other than the fact there's a donkey in a cart here.
Yep.
That's not something you see every day.
I say, see that, Belmira? We're already in the black. Things are looking up.
Belmira is nowhere to be seen.
Oh. I look around, Belmira?
He says that. Just
Where'd you go?
You hear it.
I will kind of try to circle around the clearing while staying in the woods, trying to stay hidden, to see if there's any bodies or anybody's live or dead, basically.
No, you don't see any.
Okay, then I will go into the clearing as it's
Okay.
there you are.
So far you were standing in this pleasant clearing.
There you are. I thought you got hit by a tree or something.
So something
just checking
must
out
have happened for them to leave a perfectly good donkey and cart lying around here in this clearing.
Yeah. Well, the good news is I don't see any sign of violence out here in the clearing. So it's quite possible that they, if something happened to them, it's probably up ahead in the mine.
Yeah, well, finders keepers, right?
Well, indeed.
I don't think you can just take
what
the
should we call
mine
it?
if they left it here.
I go up to the donkey and I pet it. What should we call it?
Well, for now, let's call it theirs until we find them, or their bodies. If we find their bodies, then yeah, it's ours. But if they're alive, then I'm assuming we'll get a better reward than just a donkey.
I don't know. We could use a donkey. I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Absolutely. So, as I say, right now we're in a win-win situation.
And Jordan seems to be attached to it.
Yeah, like I'm like petting it, like pulling on its ears and kind of playing with it, like even shouldering it a little bit, like laughing as I'm doing.
I think we should.
I want you to make me an animal handling check. There's going to be like a knowledge.
I think we should.
Yes.
Okay.
You Jordan.
I think we should call it apples, since it seems to like apples.
And 4, 8,
Sure, we can do
16.
Okay, so probably to point out the obvious, it's definitely tame donkey. It's used to being around people.
And I'm assuming is it shoed also?
Yes.
All right, so it's one that okay. All right.
I look over at John and I say, does it look like it's been here for a while?
All right. So he asked me that question, and I look at the donkey as I'm tussling it. I lift up his lip and look at its teeth, looking at the gums for bleeding from where it's had to go from actual eating, prepared hay to just foraging more for its food.
Excellent. I'm going to say, yeah, it's probably been foraging for a little while.
All right. And it wasn't staked down, obviously. So, well, he's been here. It is a he, yes.
Sure.
All right. He's been here a day, 2 days, 3, 5 at most. He's I look over where he's standing. Judging by the amount of scat on the ground, he's been here a while, but he's okay. Cause the way you look, perhaps there are times when the dwarf family goes to mine or somewhere else and leave him for a couple of days because he's not wandered off.
Yes.
So, but this is unusual. His gear is not attached, and cart is here, which is odd. Cause if you come with cart, is attached to a strap on donkey, is makes no sense to take it off before getting to mine unless something happened. And you need to take donkey for quickness. Donkeys are not very fast, but they are much slower with wagon behind. So you would take off equipment and put in wagon to use donkey in small space or perhaps for quick movement. But if something bad had happened, donkey would not be near cart unless donkey wandered away and came back. But judging by poop, he's been here a while.
That's a lot of donkey information.
Yes. You also realize that there's enough tack there that you could hitch the donkey up to the cart, stuff like that. Everything you need is there.
I will examine the tag. I will examine the cart to find any what's the word? Family crest, like a sigil. Who
Mark.
owns it? Yeah, mark. I'll also check the horseshoes to see if they are like drawn-made quality or if they're just sort of human quality.
I would imagine they probably have Grombox or Grimbley or whatever the. Who's the dwarfen? The
Grimbley.
Ambolt is the last name.
Drogon, the blacksmith, or
Yeah,
Ambolt, the family?
No. The blacksmith.
Drogon.
Grovich. Drogon Grovich.
Yeah, Grovich. I would imagine that the horseshoes or donkey shoes in this case probably have whatever Grovich's mark is on them because.
I don't know, not necessarily. He seems to be more high end stuff. There seem to be other.
Right, but there's not a farrier in town, and in a merchant area, if you need someone to be able to put shoes out fast enough, you'd have to have a bigger shop. There would definitely be a farrier if it wasn't, people doing it on their own or Grovich doing it.
Well, right. Well, I assume there might have been other farriers, but yeah.
Sure.
Well, a lot of assumptions. Are there any marks to be found, Rob?
You don't find any markings indicating anyone in particular, but the shoes are decent, and the tack is decent if well used.
Well, it's definitely not the drone craftsmanship.
Well,
small miracles.
It's this is consistent with the possibility that these miners ran into some trouble in the mine. So
yes, he's not likely robbers.
So let's say we secure this this good fella here, and we go have a look.
Well, give me a moment. I can hook him up. We can take wagon up towards mine in case of bodies, in case of injured, or in case perhaps they're very happy we found them and give us lots of silver.
Yes, we need. Yeah, good idea. We need a cart to haul off our treasure.
Very good.
I'll take off my backpack and I'll put it up in the cart, and I'll help Ada with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
With all the.
So as I say, it's like a half of a flatbed kind of thing. It's a 3-walled, kind of shallow cart.
It's a turnip cart.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what to properly call it. It's bigger than a rickshaw cart, but
Yeah.
for
All
calling
right,
cart.
so yeah,
Really.
I mean, it only takes me a few moments. Like,
Sure.
probably the most deft thing that Jodat's done so far. As
And
far as
the lengths of the gear now are already set to the right length, so you don't have to do any adjusting.
so yeah, I put it on him and start leading him rather than riding in the cart. But I'm gonna lead him up, towards to turn him around so we're facing the right direction in the clearing, and then look back at everybody else for confirmation that we're ready to.
Yep. And I
Okay.
will I'll ride in the back of the cart.
Yes, me too.
Okay, you can get two of you side by side. If a third person, they have to kind of go sit in the back there. Yeah, so it's not far. As I said, you're only about 50 yards from where
Right.
these rocky hills start.
I call crossbow.
The donkey makes he doesn't balk at all. He cooperates completely.
Well, I'm actually
And,
gonna let the donkey kind of lead. Like once I get him going in the right direction, I'm assuming that I don't want to say muscle memory, but his patterning will take over, and so
Okay.
he'll meander his normal route to the mine.
Excellent. So he does not go immediately back to the road like you sort of pushed your way through trees. Instead, he kind of turns almost directly towards the rocky hills, and you now see a faint path there. And he follows that through. Takes a couple of minutes, and you are standing outside, standing facing a rock wall, which starts to slope down slightly as it goes to the north. But it goes on for a few hundred yards to the north and hundreds of yards to the south beyond your sight. You don't see a cave entrance in front of you, but you do see one to the south, maybe a couple hundred yards. So at this point, the donkey stops and seems to be looking at you for guidance, steering.
Looking over his shoulder.
Yeah. He's like awaiting a command.
What now, biped?
So which way do we go?
Well, as I said, you can see a cave opening to the south.
Right.
To the north, it goes about 200 yards, or maybe 200 feet rather, and then it sort of starts to slope off.
Is there in this area? Does there appear to be like a rock or a tree or something that might have been like where they would tie his lead to, or just wrap it around?
Not immediately where you are.
Okay.
While you're looking around, though, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So while you're looking around, you hear a voice from your left or from the north go, "Hey, humans! Hey, psst, hey!"
I'm just looking around.
I look quizzically at the donkey.
Well, as one of the few humans in the group, I look that way because.
So,
group is
a couple of hundred feet away,
you
see a small humanoid figure, maybe about 3.5, 4 feet tall. You can't make out too many features from a couple hundred feet, but it's skinny, it's small. It doesn't have nearly the stoutness of a dwarf. It's about maybe green? 3.5. Yeah, it's kind of got a light green sort of skin. Hey!
We're here in the authority of Crossmeet. Identify yourself.
Come here! And you see a second one appear beside him. They're coming towards you slowly, like they're walking towards you slowly, but they're looking around furtively as they do.
Can we get a better description of these things? Like what?
Yeah. So
what
they're wearing like simple clothing, maybe some thin leather, dirty pants, no shoes of any kind. One of them has a sling on one hip. One of them has a dagger on one hip. They're green skin. They sort of have pronounced noses.
Yeah.
Ears are somewhat pointed, more animal-like than human.
So what you're saying is, without shirts and shoes, they're still better equipped than we are.
Yes.
One has a small dagger, one has a sling.
Yeah. So just kind of rolling back through my memory of grimoires that I've perused regarding creatures and so forth. I'm going to try and see if my memory serves me as to what the hell these things are.
Go ahead, make me an intelligence check.
Natural 20.
Yeah, so they're kobolds.
So, yeah. All right. I say
There's two of them. They're about 100 feet away from you. They're going, hey, come here.
I say these are kobolds. Don't turn your back on them. Don't trust them. This is probably an ambush.
I was gonna say, so knowing how this works down home, I'm starting to look like up the cliff wall, like down to the right for the, it's never the ones you see that get you. It's always the other ones.
I was gonna say, I lean to Tolrun and I say, Tolrun, watch our backs. We're gonna be in a shooting gallery in just a minute here.
So, if there are more where they came from, then they're at least 100 feet behind these two. The rock wall to the right only goes up about 15 or 20 feet, and then it kind of sort of blows off. There are trees to the left that could potentially hide ambushers, but they're fairly sparse. They're not terribly thick, so there's not a whole lot of cover there. You're able to see several feet into them. You don't see any other than these two. And again, they're looking around furtively. Hey, come here.
I say
they're slowly sort of slinking their way closer to you, but they're looking down. They have no weapons drawn or anything.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to like flourish my cloak a bit on the right side, and I'm going to look as if I'm kind of reaching under it. And what I'm doing
as soon as you do that, they cower a little bit. Like,
that's fine. And but what I'm actually doing is I'm conjuring a cantrip, and I come out with what appears to be a large hawk on my hand, and I send it in the direction. It's a minor illusion.
No, wait! They're covering their heads and they're kind of like almost sort of running around in circles, like.
And I just kind of send it, kind of circling around them, and also circling into the trees, hoping to, up near the cliff, basically trying to see if anything else sort of reacts the way they do, trying to flush something out.
You do startle a few birds in the trees, but that's it.
Okay.
Other than them two, they're clearly afraid of this thing.
Yeah, and I'm sort of obviously deliberately sort of watching this hawk illusion fly around, looking for any sort of disturbance in the leaf, rocks falling, whatever, some kind of disturbance. Nothing, huh? Okay.
No.
I guess we should approach these things. Looks like you terrified them.
Yeah.
They're cowering. They backed off maybe 10 feet, but.
They're I say they're cowards, no doubt, but don't let their cowardness fool you. They're cunning and they're very big on ambushing travelers. So this is going to turn ugly soon.
So okay, but. Sitting here won't do anything.
Little lizard people, what is it that you need?
We have to tell you a secret. It's important. There's danger in the mine. Shh. The other one kind of slaps him.
Look, it's not much of a secret if they're shouting at us.
Well, they're trying to whisper shout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at this point, they're about 50 or 60 feet away.
I wave over and say, well, come on closer then, so we can hear you.
They're not coming any closer.
Yeah, I
not 1 foot. They're terrified.
That's what they want to
say. Come on.
All right, so...
Okay, if Tolrun steps forward and starts to approach them. I will follow
Yep, I'm doing that.
him.
So they look nervous as you approach, but they kind of cower slightly, but they remain standing.
I cast mage armor on myself, so
Okay.
I let them sort of get ahead of us as I take a few moments to wave my wand around myself, and you see this sort of blur as it turns blue for a moment and kind of coalesces on my skin and then just vanishes. And I want to follow those two, but maybe 20 feet behind.
Okay.
As I approach them, I just kind of raise my hands in a non-threatening gesture.
Okay.
And what is a little creature? What
I don't. I
danger
have my
mind
hand
you
ready.
think of?
Bad kibitz in the mine. You don't want them. Sharp fangs, bad kibitz.
Yes, what?
Sharp fangs,
Bad
bad
kibitz?
kibitz. Yeah, you talk to Luca. Yes, we have a plan. we get sharp fangs. We help dwarves.
Is he say there's bad kids in mind, like small goats?
Sharp
Gibbons!
fangs. I don't. Gibbons.
Gibbons, like monkey. I saw a monkey once in traveling circus.
I've never seen one in person before.
They're like this tall, with tail. They're furry.
Wait,
quite
wait.
fun.
Do monkeys have sharp teeth?
Yes, I have heard that there are small monkeys.
Some of them do.
Yes, like a 4 foot tall monkey that'll eat your face. I've heard
So
of
is that what you're talking about? Monkeys with sharp teeth in the caves?
Monkey, no monkey. Kibitz, bad kibitz. Sharp fangs, bad kibitz. You talk to Kuza.
Gibbons.
we make deal with you. Deal with dwarves. Smart kibitz.
I can tell he's trying to communicate, but I cannot understand his strange accent.
Wait, you want to make a deal with us, and you've made a deal with the dwarves. And
Where are the
Gibbons
dwarves anyway?
They're in mine. Slaves for sharp fangs. You talk to Kuza, our leader. Yeah, he come good plan. Yeah. We work with dwarves. We work with humans. We good kibitz. Smart kibitz. Sharp fangs, bad kibitz.
Are the dwarves slaves, or are you slaves? Who are the slaves?
Is what? No, clearly he said dwarves is slaves. What part of this you don't understand?
But dwarves are never slaves, so how can that be?
Ugh, I can smell the pompousness. If I understand, these is kobold or kibbages, or kibbins or kibbles and bits or something, and is another tribe. Sharpfang tribe is bad kibbles and bits.
Yes, you smart. Bright claws, we smart. Sharp fangs, they mean. You talk to Kuza, our leader. Good plan. Make deal with dwarves, not hurt humans. We
Yes.
good kibitz.
Bad cabbages.
Yeah.
Okay, so kibbits, the dwarves in the mine?
Kittens?
Yes.
Look,
Sharp fangs have dwarves. You talk to Kuza. He have idea.
Yes.
look.
Where is...
If you two could
Where
not
is-
talk out loud, you're giving me a headache.
Is bad thing in mine. They have dwarves. Must stop bad things, get dwarves out, and these cabbages have deal with dwarves.
You talk to Kuza. He help. He have deal.
Where is this Kuza?
No, but hang on.
They point back the way they came.
Hmm.
No, hang on.
And how many
I
of
seen
you
this.
are
They're rock lizards. There's hundreds of them.
What do you see, Belmira?
No, I seen these little guys before.
Yes.
Really?
They also live in cave like dwarves.
We do not live in caves.
Are these your cousins?
We live in strongholds. Mighty built strong. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm defending dwarves in front of a half orc. Okay, keep it.
At least I'm okay with who I am.
Yes.
Keep it.
Yeah, they live in very strong holes. Now,
Very strong.
I say you have a leader who has a plan to what, free the dwarves.
Yes, Zabik, show you. Zabik, knock, we show you. Come. Kuza, talk to you. We have plan. You help. We work with yours. We work with you. Good plan.
Okay, well, go ahead. We will follow.
all right.
Wait,
Just, good.
can do you have any more information for us? What this plan is? What happened? What your deal was with these dwarves?
Let's just go talk to the boss.
We don't know. You talk to Kuza. He's smart.
We'll talk to.
We all smart.
Okay.
We'll talk to him. Okay, just go ahead and we will follow. And I shush them off and kind of gently push one of them. And
Okay.
Just
They clearly seem to be intimidated by you, but they obey. They turn and they start going to the. Occasionally they're looking back to see if you're following, but
as the I don't know, 10, 20 feet away, I'll turn. I don't trust these guys. And I say that to Tallroom or whoever's standing there.
yeah, you shouldn't trust them, but just watch your back.
And seriously, Jordan.
Yes.
Don't do that again.
Don't do what?
I want to know
We
too.
defend dwarves. I mean, oh god damn
Oh,
it.
I do not make you defend dwarves. If
Yes, you did.
there's- No, listen. If there is something about
You
dwarves,
triggered the. It doesn't matter. I kick. I kick a big rock and hurt my foot, and I scream in pain, and I kick another rock and I scream again, and then I stomp off angrily after the kobolds.
Okay, Haroon is now convinced this person is insane. You know, it was kind of like, maybe. No.
First clue. Yeah. All right. So we'll follow back to the Kobold King.
Okay, so you follow the two kobolds, Zabig and Nock, back along to the north, following the north side. Now, what did you do with the
Probably just tied the lead to a tree.
what do we do with the donk?
E.
Yeah, I'm assuming there was an E on the end of it. Yeah, I would. Well, when Rob gets back, we'll let him know that we leveled him up to be an epic level barbarian.
Barbarian donkey.
we used the character editor. Just gave him some level.
We just. I would have just found some place that we could lash him to, and lightly lash him. That way, in case something does come up, he can try and run off.
Okay, so just for clarity, are you lashing him in view, like in the cleared part near the caves, or are you taking him into the trees a bit and lashing him?
I'm gonna take him into the trees because I don't want like, people being like, hey, look, we're on the road and there's a donkey, let's just steal it, because clearly that's already come up once or twice.
That's what we're doing.
But,
right.
I mean, come on.
You guys are off the main road. You're on this little mining road. But yeah, sure, of course. So you go ahead.
No, never mind. Carry on.
All right. So you follow Zabig and Nock. They follow the cliff rock around, and then you come to another cave entrance, and they just sort of walk in.
Okay. Does the cave look like it has illumination?
Since Pamela is not exactly level-headed at this moment, she'll just walk in.
Okay. Does anybody not want to walk in?
No,
you do see some illumination coming from within the cave.
No, okay. I'll just take a quick glance above us in the rocks to make sure there's not any kind of obvious, something above us. But I'll follow in.
Okay, so when you walk in, you don't walk too far in before you start to see pathways branching off. You walk in about maybe 30 feet, and one of these side branches. Running up to you, you see a kobold that's maybe half the size of the ones you were talking to, and
it's running and it's looking down at the ground, and then it stops and looks up and then turns and just runs away.
Even as it did that, I already sort of like had my quarter staff and I jerked the point towards it, like defensively, not hitting it, but just sort of pointing it at it.
Was that a baby
This is
kobold?
Well, a youngin anyway.
You have to stop doing that, Rob, because now I picture us running after the little kobold, and then when we turn around a corner, we see like 200 kobolds, and we turn around and run the other way with 200 kobolds.
No, not 200, but as you walk in, you do pass a room where there's about 20 females and other youngins, and then Zabig and Nock walk past that. And you come into another room where there's about 15 kobolds, and there's one that's a little bit bigger than the others, and he has a wooden crown on his head that's, I guess you could call it a crown. It's not even very crown-shaped. It's just a sort of semicircular piece of wood on his head. And Zabig and Nock run right up to Kuza, and they're speaking to him in their own language, which I think is Draconic?
Draconic? Should be Draconic, yeah.
Does anyone speak Draconic?
Let me check.
Nope.
No.
Okay, so you're in a room, a cavern that's about 40 feet across by 40 feet across. There's about a dozen kobolds in there with you, including Zabig and Nock. There's the passageway you came in. There's another passageway off to the south, and this slightly larger kobold, who's maybe 4'2", wearing this wooden crown, comes up to you and says,
"Yes, I'm Kuza, leader of Bright Claws. Work with me, we make a good deal with dwarves. Bright Claw's smart, not stupid like Sharp Fangs. Don't think.
Yes, it's very good. So the dwarves use your subjects here said that they were enslaved.
Yes, dwarves are opening mine. Broke through wall into Kibbit's home. Laku, he's Sharpfang's leader. He wants to enslave them. I say no. I say we work with them. We make more money that way. They share. We help them find the ore. They give some to us. But no, he don't think. He don't think of future. He don't think of other Kibbits. So he enslaved them. We fight. Sharpfangs and Bright Claws fight. Some Sharpfangs die. More Bright Claws die. We back here. And dwarf slaves over there. We help you get to dwarves. We help you free dwarves. You tell dwarves we help you. Dwarves work with us. We help them make money. They make us money. All good for everyone. Smart plan.
Yeah, it's good as plans go. Listen, we'll need a couple things before we head down there. Do you have any spears?
Spears? No. We have clubs. We have slings.
So they do offer you some small clubs, which are basically like blackjack size to you. They offer you some rather long daggers, which would be short swords for them, or some slings if you want to use those. They also offer to draw you a map showing you the areas you're going into and some features of the cave.
Sure, I will draw the map, but what I'll do is I'll plot a sheaf of my the parchment I took from the furniture room.
Oh, he's already drawn it. He's already drawn it for you. It's a high quality drawing. So, but before he shows you the map, he says,
"You agree? Yes, you help dwarves. You tell dwarves. Bright Claws help them. You hurt.
Sounds like a great idea.
Of course. Naturally, we're here to help the dwarves in any case, so I think it's a very equitable solution."
So Kuza goes up to you, Grim, and he pats you like on the arm, on the bicep.
You smart him, and yeah, you can see plans. See, you not just fight. Like,
I'm about 6.5 feet tall. It's a hell of a reach.
But I pat you on the arm.
Yeah.
He's 4.
So,
He can reach your arm anyway.
yeah, so he's all right. So
Okay, so he shows you this map,
mhm.
this high quality map. He tells you this is where they are right now.
Okay, hang on. Let me
He tells
click
you
on your...
where it says Kibbins up here at the top.
Yep.
That's where you guys are now.
Okay.
Over here is actually the steps leading into the mine proper.
Okay.
Here is an entrance that they sealed off when they were fighting the Sharp Fangs.
Gotcha.
So he tells you that there's guards, kobold guards here and here.
Okay. What is that?
He knows another way in. He
Yeah.
says there's a room here with an entrance that the Sharp Fangs don't know about. But there's some big bugs in there you're going to have to take care of before you can get at it. It's like a weakened spot in the wall.
Okay.
There's some tracks here, and there's a hole in the ground. And then down here leads to a lower level.
Okay. So, what kind of bugs are these?
big bugs, long bugs, many legs.
Right. And how many?
Well, he's holding up his fingers,
Mhm.
and he's counting. 1.
One, two, 3 lots.
One bit. I nod as if I approve of his information, though I don't necessarily believe it, of course.
You do all notice that all the kobolds are you have their rapt attention.
Mm.
They're watching you, but no one has any weapons drawn or anything.
What did he draw the map on? Like in the dirt?
It was actually like in the dirt, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Just drew it in the dirt with, like, a
So
stick.
I point at the center part of it. Does that say cafe? There's a small eating establishment.
No, it doesn't say cafe. I'll tell you what it says. Looking at my notes here.
I'm guessing
it says number 5. That's what it says in my notes.
Right. I'm
No,
pretty sure
it says cage.
Yeah,
It says cage.
Oh, cage.
It says cage.
Okay, I was like,
Oops,
Starbucks is everywhere.
That's funny.
So, how many of sharp?
How many bad how many bad kibbits are there?
Sharp fangs, yes. How many sharp kibbits are there?
The family not there. They moved family away back to their home. But
He starts counting on his fingers again. He runs out of fingers. More than these.
Wait. Is dwarves in cave or is dwarves in house with sharp?
no, dwarves in caves. They make them mine for them.
So
Not smart. Not smart.
So dwarves in cave is a few guards and bugs, but other sharp fangs is gone.
Yeah, little sharp fangs all gone. Bugs are secret entrance. Sharp fangs don't know about that. Deep wall.
So like
Look how smart.
is baby sharp fangs is gone and women sharp fangs is gone, but boy sharp fangs warriors is here.
Sure.
It's okay. Sure.
So what do you think? The big giant bug or the little green gods?
Giant bug.
Bugs is more than one.
Yeah, that's my thinking too.
Yeah, but the question is, I mean, if most of other cabbages is gone, why not just go a normal way? And kobolds is known.
They
Kobolds is
killed too many
known
bright
element.
claws.
Yes.
They killed too many bright claws. I not send bright claws to fight anymore.
No, not you, small lizard. Us is us. But if kobold we know, but bug we not know. Some bugs is poisonous. Some bugs have webs. Some bugs dig tunnels. Yeah, it seems fight what we know, especially since we do not have yeah.
Well, technically, John, only spiders have webs. If it's a bug, it doesn't.
No. Insect is not web. Arachnid is web. Arachnid, insect, worm, invertebrate, all bug.
Yeah. I take my foot and I wipe out where it says bugs. Let's go with the kobolds.
I just imagine the crestfallen look on that kobold's face. My map!
He's been dazed drawing that.
Do you know how long it took him to spell bugs? Like,
I say,
So
You go where kibbits are.
wait.
They yell. Bring other kibbits.
if we want to go through the front door, I'm game.
But you said the sharp tooth things is gone, but only few still here.
More than... He starts counting on his fingers again, and then he shows...
It's okay. It's okay. Alright, so...
we can fight 10, 11 kobolds, right?
No, well, yes, maybe, but I think is like gambling. Is a matter of odds. If is 15 of these kobolds, they throw 15 rocks, he is bound to hit us.
So, wait, where exactly do we need to go? What, down there? Down to that lower level? Or...
I think we need to go to where it says cage.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, it makes sense that's the first place we should check out.
So...
There are two levels. There's a lower level, but it's not drawn for you.
So, I mean... I don't like fighting bugs. I mean,
have you fought them before?
I don't wanna fight bugs. Okay, so let's fight the kobolds, or the kibbits, or cabbages, or whatever they call themselves.
Yeah.
He looks at you and he looks at Grim. He says to Grim,
You talk to him. He's not smart. He fight kobolds. They break other kobolds. They yell. They make noise. Bugs, you could fight quiet.
He does have a point.
No
Not-
bugs.
Sorry, Chief, no bugs.
Dada said it. We don't know what kind of bugs. They could be crawly bugs. That could be slithering bugs. They could be flying bugs. They could be poisonous
Yes,
bugs.
but
They
they're
could be
just
spitting
bugs,
bugs. They could be spinning
right?
bugs. They could be.
Yes,
Well, they
I
could
get
be
it. There are lots
fire-breathing
of
bugs, for all we
variation
know.
here.
Is
But
not
bugs are
likely
just
flying.
bugs.
Yes, is not likely flying bug in cave.
But they, no matter what kind of bugs they are, they're just bugs. If we go through the other way, we're killing these creatures.
Yes.
Look.
But
Here
kibbit-
is easy way. Here is easy way. Grim, which way we go? Tomorrow Balmera tells us which way to go. Next day, Tolrun.
Why
Next day,
am I
Zelda.
always tomorrow? Always tomorrow. It's always tomorrow will Bemera. Bemera will choose tomorrow. What if tomorrow don't come?
Then you don't have to worry about making bad decision. So, Grim, which way?
Well, made a good point about the going the quiet route with the bug. We'll go with the bugs.
Bamero will look at him with, oh, come on. Whatever.
Let's go.
But
So,
but what? I don't like bugs.
well, then stay at the back. If Jaudet, if you want one of their shiny daggers, I suggest you grab one. If not, then grab your stick. Let's do this.
All right. I'm gonna take knowing that I'm gonna take the dagger that Balmera gave me earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and slice the pie into 4 slices for now, just so it's a little quicker to get to.
Sure. And to be clear, they do offer you clubs,
right?
Short swords, which will be daggers for you, or slings if you want.
I'll take some slings and some slingshots.
Well, a sling and some sling bullets. Yes.
Well,
no problem.
I'll take 4 and say we need 1 each.
I'm all set.
That's fine. They will give you 1 each then.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt them extras.
They're crude slings, but functional.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming they're actually rocks, not sling bullets.
Rocks, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we go stomp on bug, yes?
Yep. So so we'll looking at the map, we'll follow along we'll head out, follow along the cliff wall, and look for the cave.
So on the northern part of this map, I haven't drawn a lot of the side caverns that lead off to where the other kobolds live. Just so you know.
Okay.
But that's all he draws in the dirt anyway.
Yeah.
So when you get to this this area, it starts sloping downwards, and then when you get to here, the slope goes down on about a 75 or 80 degree angle, about 10 feet.
Okay.
So the 4 of you, and Kuza and Zabig and Nock and a few other kobolds are there.
You ready? Yes. You remember deal. You tell dwarves we help. Don't fight. You fight serpent.
Sure thing. So So I take out a bullseye lantern, and I open it up. Now, unlike a traditional bullseye lantern, there's no wick inside. You just see this. You just see the simple kind of quartz crystal held in a little copper sort of little copper structure that holds it in place. And
2 kobolds are holding torches, if that helps.
That's fine. So I whisper a little phrase to it and blow, and the crystal ignites into brilliant light.
Okay. As soon as you do that, all the kobolds except the leader go, "Woo!" And the leader Kuza goes, he smiles and nods.
So I close the little side door, and again, it's a bullseye lens, so it's got the big lens in the front, and I begin sort of panning it around this chamber.
You can't see. You're gonna have to kind of go down the slope if you want to be able to see in here.
Well, on the side, yeah, but I mean, I'm just trying to get an idea of like the ceiling and the slope ahead of us, that sort of thing, the immediate area.
There's some stunted stalagmites and stalactites, nothing big in here.
Okay.
If you could hold that light up for you, Grim.
The room is about 10 feet deeper than the rest of this area. That's all.
Okay. I'm sorry, what did you say, Tolu?
If you could hold up that light so I can see, I should probably go first.
Yeah. So I hold it up and I I kind of hold it off to the side and I point the bullseye lens down, like this, the spotlight going down the slope there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I am myself with my punching daggers.
You guys are descending down the slope, everyone?
Well, I'm watching him go. I'm watching him go first, and
Okay.
once I get a feel for, well, basically the stability of the slope and how he's doing it, that sort of thing, I will.
No, I understand.
Follow
He's
after.
a guinea pig. I get it. How are you traversing this, Talrun? Are you like climbing down? Or are you sort of like running down, or just it's about 10 feet.
You said it sloped? So yeah,
it's about a 75-degree angle.
Okay, so yeah, I'm walking down at a faster pace than I would like due to having to immediately and quickly, gravity, and having to immediately and quickly find footholds and.
Okay, so I want you to make me an acrobatics check, please. The DC is going to be 6.
Oh, I literally can't fail.
Okay, so you make it.
Oh wow, nothing bad happened after I said that.
Oh.
All right, so you get to the bottom. It seems fairly stable.
Right, I'll follow after him with the lantern, and basically what I'm doing, the way I'm doing it is I just sort of sit down on the edge, and I just kind of do a controlled slide. It's only 10 feet, so I just do a little. I use my kind of staff as stability. And I just do a kind of controlled slide down and just land on my feet.
Okay, so the 4 of you get to the bottom then.
All right.
No problem.
And again, yeah, I'm the bullseye lantern. It casts light like all around us for about 30 feet or so, but the lens in the front puts out a spotlight that goes much farther.
I understand.
So I'm sort of panning that light around, looking for anything that stands out.
Okay, so when you move around the corner, you see that the ceiling here is about maybe 15 feet high, and you see a creature sort of quickly, not that quickly, slump down off of a stalagmite and drop to the ground. It's about 8 or 9 feet long, maybe 10 feet long. It seems it's about 3 or 4 feet high. It's got big black eyes. It's sort of a pinkish color. It's got numerous legs, and it comes slinking and wiggling directly towards the 4 of you, and I'll get you to roll me initiative.
Sure. I love the size of it. It's like 8, 9, 12, 15, 20, 30 feet long. About 100 feet long. And
it's between 8 and 8,000 feet long.
Right. It's somewhere between an inch and infinity. Somewhere in there. That's a fact.
I got a 13 for initiative.
Okay. Let me write this down.
Okay. Damn it. 16.
I got a 7.
Okay. I got an 18 total.
Yep. Grim. Okay. Jawdat and Balmera.
Jawdat and a bag of chips.
I have 12.
Okay.
I have 15.
All right. So Grim, you get to go first.
All right. So
this 8, 9, 90-foot long creature is slithering its way towards you with its multi-legs and big eyes.
Yeah, so
its front, maybe 20% is sort of reared up, kind of, and you can see all these legs like ganglia coming at you.
Yep, sure. So I just kind of reach down with my free hand, drop the iron wand, give it this little flourishy twist in my fingers, and then a quick snap. And send a firebolt at it.
Okay. 2-hit roll?
Yep.
Is that right? Need a 13. AC is 13.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Hit.
Okay.
18, so. All right. And.
So the fiery bolt streaks across and smacks
a major 1 hit point.
1 point of damage. Okay.
Plus all the fear and dismay it instills in this poor creature's probably sensitive to light.
As it's coming towards you, it crawls over a few small stalagmites, and it just kind of literally walks up and walks down them. Like they don't seem. It can walk on the vertical surfaces, and it continues to close on you. But before it gets to you, Jada, you're going to get an attack.
Voila! Okay. What am I gonna do? All right, so
Punch it.
I do not punch it. Mm-mm.
Punch it in its face.
So I I look at it and I produce my array of holy symbols, and I start weaving my hands through the air, and there's this sort of faint deserty sand smell, but it's almost tainted by a metallic smell of maybe like the inside of a coin purse might smell over time. That sort of dingy metallic, and it can make a dexterity save.
Okay. 13.
DC is 1 million. Oh.
13. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rounding up from 13.
All right, so it needs a 14.
Okay.
Right. Is that right? 8 plus.
Sounds right.
2 is 10 plus 4.
10 plus your wisdom.
Yeah, so 14. All right, and so it will take a massive 6 points of damage.
Nice.
As this sort of like
Just from what? Okay, go ahead.
It's sacred flame, but this sort of goldish colored flame. But it's less flame and more like sand being poured out, like an hourglass is like as it hits it and wafts out to the sides and comes
so
back.
Hot sand.
Right, but there's this sort of faint jingle of coins as it falls too, like a ting, 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 ting.
Nice. Nice. So it's parts of its outer flesh now are looking like they sort of have that road rash, like they've been kind of scraped.
Ew.
And it doesn't make any sounds with its mouth, but its legs and all are. And it continues to close on you, but not.
So on average, we did 3.5 each.
Excellent. 7 rounds, you'll have it dead. Torun.
On average, I'm still not sharing my pie.
I'm going to run towards this creature, directly in front of it, so it can't get past. With my punching daggers, I'm going to punch into its head.
The front of it is up, so you're like literally punching it in the face. Yep.
Yep.
Go ahead. Yeah, you can clearly see its head. It's got a mouth and fangs to bite, teeth to bite.
So that's an 18 and
hit
above a 20.
Hit.
Okay.
AC 13.
And that wasn't even an attack roll. Okay. So that is 5 points of damage. As I strike it twice with these punching daggers.
Punch it for 5 points of damage. Okay. And Belmera.
As the light from Grimm's lantern catches the monster, or the centipede, she recalls in horror and almost in desperation flings a stone from the sling at it.
Okay.
While she's moving back.
Okay.
So I hit an AC of 22.
Hit. So the stone flies from the sling.
And I deal 8 points of damage.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So the stone kind of goes right through part of it. Yeah, exactly. Makes that exact sound. And now it's reared up right in front of Torun, and it's going to try and get you with its tentacles and bite you. Torun, it's going to do both.
So this monster has legs, segmented body, mouth, head, fangs, and tentacles?
Its legs. Well, sorry, its legs are tentacles, but it uses them like legs.
Okay,
doesn't
I was really concerned what we were fighting for a moment.
Fair enough.
It's probably a lot like this.
No.
Also, fuck you for showing us that image.
Yeah, fuck you,
Just-
Alex. Go. Stop it.
Yeah.
Is that
Except
tall
it's
room
about
on the bottom?
120 That's about 120 feet
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
Well,
In that case, since you said it has tentacles, after I shot it, I will run away, screaming.
Nope.
so you managed to avoid its bite, but
Seriously, Alex.
the tentacles do hit you for 4 points of damage. Okay, they don't. It's actually poison damage you're taking. It's not physical damage from the tentacles. You need to make me a con save. The DC's 13.
Okay.
I wonder if this is just
On
kind of
save.
my character may
Nope.
not know this just out of game. I wonder if this is a carrion crawler. It sounds more like a carrion crawler than a centipede.
Maybe it's just a really large centipede.
What'd you roll to? What'd you roll to?
No, I didn't get it. I didn't get a 13. I'm
Okay,
poisoned.
so you're paralyzed.
I always hated that monster, even back from way back the Red Box.
Yeah, although I hate rock grub more.
You can make a saving throw again at the start of your next turn, and
The start?
which is
Okay.
at the start. Yep.
Alright, cool.
The reason being in 5e it's at the start, just to tell you, is because if the monster attacked first, then you're paralyzed until your turn, kind of thing. So. Okay, so that takes us around. Grim, it's your turn. So this thing is definitely wounded somewhat, but being 120 feet long.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm holding up the lantern. I have my wand out. I'm sort of kind of moving off to the side to try and get a different angle on it, so I don't.
It's big, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's it. It's got a big long body, so I'm looking to shoot at the get the middle of the body without potentially affecting Taurun, obviously. So
while he's doing that, I'll scream, "Burn it! Burn it! Burn it!"
Oh yeah.
And that's dwarven bardic inspiration.
So
cool.
No.
It's 190. It's 190 feet long, so you probably got a lot to aim for.
Wait a minute. It got longer again?
120 feet.
Yeah, just go.
All right. So it's growing.
So Alex, you get a bonus of +0 from that.
All right. Awesome.
Exactly.
So hey, I'll take it. So I'm walking to get a better angle, and I do a kind of a similar flourish, but this time, you see my whole hand sort of erupt in this sort of fiery green light that wraps around it, runs down the length of the wand, and directs at it with this. It looks like a bolt of kind of greenish lightning that's
green flame.
Green flame, yeah. Arches out at it, and
okay.
Let me double check on that.
And kills it. Okay.
Yeah. It could happen. Never assume.
It's a 2-hit roll?
Yeah, I'm just double checking that.
Okay.
I forgot.
13.
Yes, range attack. Okay. No, I got a. I got a 1, so I missed.
Okay, so not only do you miss, when the spell goes off, the wand goes flying out of your hand like bing, 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 bing along the ground.
All right.
Okay. Takes us to Jodat. So Talrun was up there fighting it, and then Talrun went real stiff.
I'm maintaining my martial stance.
Right.
What concentration?
He's so dedicated. He's truly inspiring. Let's all just stop and witness.
You still had that coming.
He's unflinching in the face of horror.
Someone steps forward. It's like, no. This is a battle Talrun has to fight for himself.
Wait, what?
No. Oh, guys.
Seriously.
There's a big bug that's going to devour Talrun shortly. What do you want to do about it, Judd? I mean,
You see, this is why I never play a monk, because you have to hit monsters like this with your bare fist.
This is not time for an abject lesson character choice.
it's not time for
All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I see Tolrun in this awkward stance, which I'm quite aware that there are bugs that can paralyze you, and so I look at him and I make sort of like a double hand like bracing motion in front of myself. I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on him. I'll give him +2 AC.
Okay.
And then I will again. It can make a dex save as I call down the holy hot sand of the desert on him.
I got 13 again.
Suck it, slug monster. All right, dice. Don't roll terribly. 3.
3. Is that not terribly, or?
I mean, it's under 50%, but it's better than what we were doing the other night. So
it's not good.
Torun, you can make a con save.
I'm not gonna make it. Oh, 13.
All right, so you feel the paralyzation, the poison. You overcome it.
Okay, and I still get my turn now, right?
And what?
I get the rest of my turn, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so I was like, pause, and it just looks like there was a huge delayed reaction as I like punch out of it after.
Dramatic.
Yeah.
Pause.
Alright, so that's last one was an 18.
Hit, you 13.
Okay, so that's 7 points of damage.
All right, so it's it's pretty beat up. There's like hunks of flesh falling off of it, but it's not dead.
Or is
Dalmera.
Seeing how the green flame filled, you will launch another rock at it.
Okay.
And it goes flying. Just beside Tolun's head comes a rock flying.
Clatter, clatter. All right, so it's going to try to devour Talrun again. Ooh, 2 hits.
Even with the +2 armor?
Oh, I should clarify, but I'm pretty sure I got a 16 and an 18 on the dice.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure you still hit him.
Oh, the 16 doesn't.
Well, it's 16 plus 4.
Oh, okay. Oh, on the die.
Plus 4 to hit. Yeah, on the die. So it bites you for 8 points of damage. Chomp. And then it's going to hit you with the tentacles for another 4 points of poison damage, and you can make me a con save.
Are you down again?
I don't know.
Okay, I got a 19.
Okay, so you are badly wounded, but not poisoned. You feel the effects paralyze you for about a half a second, and then you manage to overcome them. Also, sorry, I ripped you off there. As per rules of 5e, you should have got advantage on that because it's the same poison from the same creature. Grim,
Okay.
your attack. Your turn.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, I'm sure that 18. I'm sure that a 20-something hits.
You need a 13. Yeah.
So.
If you just roll the hit, then you just narrate the damage. You don't even have to tell the number.
All right. Cool. All right. So again, you see a kind of a similar flourish. Again, this time the green sort of flame wraps around his hand, and then arcs out again with this what looks like almost like a bolt of lightning that just without the without the crack you might expect from it. So it's more like a tendril that reaches out and touches this thing, inflicting 5 points of damage.
All right.
And I'm maintain and this tendril maintains contact. So I'm continuing to point the wand at. Sorry, actually, I'm not using my wand because it fell. So I'm just using my hand at this point.
Wow, that's power. So there's literally a couple of holes in it. There's flesh hanging off of it. There's a bit of flesh on the ground, and it's near its death throes. It's not dead, and it's frantically going crazy. Jawdat.
Yeah. Wow. I can just make a deck save again.
You get that club?
I do have that club, but that means getting close to it and then having to.
Yeah. I got a 14 this time.
All right. Well, you saved.
Okay, so the sacred flame.
The hot sand like just.
Okay, so it's still in front of you, Torun, intent on finishing off its meal. It's going to be you or it. What's it going to be?
It?
Okay. So I'm going to
His name
spend
is Fred,
my
and I
key
can call
point.
back. By the way, everybody has information.
Now
I
I
haven't clarified that. So.
Cake or death?
Well, I feel so bad about. I punched it 3 times.
Okay.
Spending a key
Go
point
ahead.
to punch with almost supernatural speed. So that is. Sorry, I have to calculate the ability damage modifier and the damage weapons. Right.
So you're going to kill it. So just describe that for us with your
Okay.
punch.
So I just keep punching it in the head so many times with
Splort.
punching daggers. It actually starts squirming on the floor. And it's
This arc of green lightning is still cutting into it.
and then I'm just still punching it.
Right. So you you're continuing to punch it even after it's dead, and it's just sort of like in its death throes. And when you're done, there's like goop all over your hands, and there's bits of this creature all over. And as soon as it's clear that it's dead, you hear some kobolds from back. Sort of cheering you.
Did you see that?
Kuza walks up, and he goes to pat you on the arm there, Torun, and then he sees you covered in goo, bug goo. Instead he goes over to Jawdat and
Yes. Good do. Yes. Yeah, good do. Good. I'm smart. Picked you. Good plan.
I go and pick up my wand, by the way.
Sure.
Did you see that last strike?
You do that successfully.
Kind of brush it off and put it back in its little sheath on the side where one might normally find a dagger.
Now that the creature's dead, you realize it probably was no longer than 9 feet.
Wait, with those missing.
The polymorph change size at will.
It's too bad we don't have much time. Something like this, the glands that produce that toxin would be very useful.
Never assume. I'm sure we've got a moment. So I'm going to go over, in fact, I was already heading over there to sort of hunker down in front of it and look at the ruins of its head and try to, I put on my gloves and I begin sort of like, gently sort of peeling apart bits of the ruin to try and look for any kind of poison glands.
Okay, so you find that the head has been kind of bashed to pieces, but you can still extract some off some of the tentacles. Some of the tentacles are still like wet with it.
Sure. So let me see here what I got here. I'm going to go ahead and do that.
I produce an empty vial for you. Here.
Oh.
is what the water breathing potion was in, but it did not help us much.
Oh, no, I
It
don't
is
know
a high
that one,
quality
Ollie.
vial.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you. And I so I again you can use my gloves and I just sort of like kind of push the little vial along, getting as much of it as I can until I get it pretty much full. Getting all the tentacles, and then I just I stopper it up. I kind of look around and I just sort of wipe it on part of its casing, and I'll put it back in my pouch.
So you're careful when you do it. At one point, you manage to just barely touch a little bit with your finger, and for about 10 seconds, your finger goes numb, and then the feeling kind of comes back. And anyway, you manage to fill up the vial and pocket it.
Yeah. So I say.
So it's like a pink liquid.
Yeah. So this adventure is getting more lucrative all the time.
Why? How much would that poison be worth?
Well, what's in its raw form? It'll be worth a pretty penny, but if properly prepared, it could fetch maybe a dozen gold, a dozen. What do they call them here? Crowns.
Crowns.
He's also
probably a dozen crowns at least.
very dependent on where we try to sell it.
Well, I bet that bastard in town would buy him.
Ivan?
No, you haven't met Avalov yet, Grim. So.
He's
yeah, I've heard of him though. He's a bastard.
He's not.
Well, he's now that the worm is dead.
I heard the rumors he wouldn't even like give a potion to save a kid. So,
You're saying they're Jawdat?
Well, actually, question for you: is this thing like, I don't know, the outside of it, is it carapacey or is it like fleshy?
Fleshy, like a worm.
I wonder if you could skin it and have it tanned. Like, hey, Cobalt, skin this for me.
Oh yeah, have the kobolds do it. Well,
it looks like the color of pink fat.
While they're doing all that, I'm just looking in disgust.
I don't remember the Kobold's name. Go figure. Yes, yeah, mighty Kobold leader.
He's standing right there with several of the other kobolds.
I have plan. It's not as good as your plan, but what can be as good as your plan? But this plan is also good. If you get some of your kibids, cut flesh from worm is a good product. Is good product skin. Yes, you eat meat. We give this to you. We kill monster in your house is your meat to eat. But skin we take with us and we sell to humans in town as part of gift from kibids, and we tell them kibids is master worm skinners.
I kind of whisper out of the corner of my mouth to Jawdat. That was good.
Maybe kibids could sell.
Yes, maybe.
Yes.
It's
Good
possible.
thinking. Good thinking.
He pats you on the forearm.
If you skin worm, you keep all meat, and you keep half of skin. Other half we take. We show them product. We tell them where come get rest of skin. It's like we are your servants in town, spreading your mercantile wisdom to all of the people. It's a good deal.
Okay. So he.
Yes. You go kill sharp fangs. You tell dwarves.
So he points ahead, and you can see where this cavern narrows at the end. It narrows down, and there's like a hole in the rock that's a little bit bigger than a door pinhole, but not a lot bigger. But the rock there is very thin. You could probably push through it. And Kuza mentions that he doesn't think there's any kobolds on the other side.
I should probably have a
Good
short
time to
rest.
mention that. So how big is the hole?
The hole's about the size of a fist, maybe.
Oh, cool.
Maybe a little smaller.
So I'm gonna go over there.
I'm going to
And,
suggest it's about midnight here. Maybe this might be a good cutoff point.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so thanks for watching, everybody. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll do it again next week. Bye.
Or will.